Hello and welcome!
Hello.
We are Small and Mighty, and today we're going on an adventure!
Wow.
How are we all doing, everyone?
I am.
Excited to
Wow.
play?
Well,
Good.
how
We're
are
good.
you?
I'm doing good,
Nice.
yeah.
I'm AI generated today. That's why.
Oh.
Oh.
It's good. We're joined by Ryan GPT. Yes.
Topical. Very.
Right.
Can't do hands.
Can't do hands.
Oh. And each and yeah. Good.
Yes.
Anyway.
I mean, I say it's every
good.
single time, but there's a weird energy today.
Oh yeah.
I don't even need to talk about it anymore. It's a given. But we're gonna play D&D. We'll play for about 2-3 hours. With a short break about an hour in. As always, it's D&D. This is Improv. Who knows? We'll actually stick to those timings. But well, yeah, excited to play it nonetheless. I have it down here. The inspiration token that you have it, Christina. Well, Verity. Christina has it for giving Chad a piece of her mind last session.
Yeah.
Last time we played, which was a very, very good scene. But yeah, I'll do a little recap of what happened last time, and then we'll jump into things. So, Almighty, you had just returned from the what was it? Mall? No, I can't remember what it's called.
The
The mall.
Library.
Labyrinth Librarian.
Labyrinth Librarian, yeah, the big library. You just returned there with the Book of Destiny, the Book of Prophecy that you had been sent to retrieve. And although down one member of the party, the 5 of you who were there, four of you were there, set about translating the book, going through the sort of weird inscriptions and sort of codic language to try and decipher the prophecy. You spent a bit of time doing so. But eventually came upon the knowledge that there seems to be one Genesis relic in each of the locations members of Sworn Mighty originated from, your homelands. Although, seemingly there were 7 Genesis relics and there's 5 of you. A little bit confusing. Some mystery there to kind of work your way through. But you start making a plan. While that was happening, walking around the mansion, Morgrave Manor, Tali came to realize that there were some sparking noises and some pain noises coming from Baron's room. Some sort of interrogation, although he was reluctant to give out the information, revealed that Baron seems to be having some trouble using his Genesis relic. Definitely nothing to do with the fact that he kind of betrayed you guys in the Labyrinth Librarian. I think maybe got turned on by the rest of his party. No, it doesn't seem that. But he seems very agitated by Tali's questioning, to the point where he got quite aggressive in sort of saying that she thought she was better than him, and the Small and Mighty came along and ruined his destiny. So
Wow.
In a
What
sort
a
of strange parallel,
salty
in a different room of the manor, actually not quite, I'm jumping ahead of myself, because our dear friend Chadnesius did, however, make it out of the Labyrinth Librarian,
yeah.
and not to where everyone else was. Instead, you woke up in your bed in the Five Fellows. Covered in cobwebs, but that didn't seem to bother you too much.
No.
And you felt like it was just a big old dream. Set about your normal morning routine, your stretches, your exercise, got the child to cook up a big old breakfast. And about then it dawned on you that this isn't where I should be. You scooted your way across town with a massive sack of cooked goods and made your way back to the manor, where you reunited with your party, to much surprise, but sharing the goods with them all. While at the manor, Christina and Chad had a little bit, I'd say heart-to-heart, but it was more Christina giving Chad a piece of her mind, as they say, letting him know that he is dangerous, out of control, and quite frankly, not to be trusted, which Chad took, I say to heart, but Chad took it one way. We'll see how that played out.
He took it.
He took it.
He did receive
He recognized that he was told some stuff. He just might not have taken it in the way that we would hope. Yeah. So you now reunited. You start making your plans to move out of the city on your journey. I think initially setting the Pridmore as your sort of first destination, and you start making the plans on like what you need to wrap up. One of those things you need to wrap up was Gable had finished the potion to cure Bachard. So you travel back to the Five Fellows, taking Gable with you, with the intent of giving Burchard this potion. And there was a moment where you were just about to give this potion to Burchard when it suddenly occurred to you that the reason why Burchard is having this illness is probably because he has a Misel worm in him. And realizing that just giving you the potion wouldn't solve the root cause of the issue. So you realize that through some research or rolls, I can't remember how, but you basically found out that you need to use a spell of Lesser Restoration to exert this Misel worm from Burchard's head, which you couldn't do that night. So we literally pick up with you guys having slept at the Five Fellows and picking up the day thereafter.
Nice.
You guys wake up in the morning. I assume Chad gets up early, starts his routine, this time correctly.
He's got to get some. He's got to get some push-ups and some pull-ups in. That's yeah, it's got to happen.
But yeah, is there anything anyone wants to do particularly in the morning? Otherwise, we'll sort of fast forward to the important thing.
Breakfast.
Pop.
Or the breakfast.
Yeah, breakfast is happening. That's
Breakfast
fine.
good.
All the
Potentially, like, did we ever? We didn't contact the guy, the Sylvester guy, right?
No,
We
you've
didn't
not
ring
contacted
him.
him yet.
Can Tali do that at some point in the morning?
You can try. So how you can?
He gave
do
us
that?
a number, right? I swear he gave us a number to call him on.
That is very true. He gave you
Oh.
a phone number.
Why?
And there's a phone at the Five
I
Fellows.
forgot that. Yes, he gave you a phone number. You obviously called him on initially to say that the job was done, but yes, you can absolutely just call him on that number again. And yes,
Because
it replied
he
to
said he
fine.
would go and check the building and then he
Yeah.
would contact us, but obviously he hasn't done that.
Yes.
So. Ring.
So the way this works is it basically mimics the sending spell. So
Yep.
obviously you have to
Oh,
pay
I could just
something,
also
but I don't
use
get that right now.
the sending.
So
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
literally you can send to that number a short phrase of 25 words. Your microphones are very quiet. All my headphones are quiet.
It's alright.
I don't know.
Nope, I think it was my headphones. They're
Okay.
slightly
Alright,
breaking,
yeah.
so we'll see how this session goes.
25 words.
Yes.
His name was Hi Sylvester, I guess. It's small and mighty.
The and counts as one word.
Wait, it's a word.
It's small mighty. No.
It's actually an
Did you-
ampersand, which is a symbol, not a word.
Did you check the building?
15 more words to go.
How many?
15.
Oh,
Use 10 so
oh
far.
okay, okay. That's good.
Where's our money?
Is it up to standard? Waiting on payment. On final payment.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
I'm fine,
that's very nice, very assertive as well. I would
And
put
then
like
if there's a
Six.
word
an
There's
emoji.
6 more words left.
Oh,
Delivered to the Five Fellows or something like that?
yeah. ASAP.
Yeah, okay. You say yeah, delivered to the Five Fellows ASAP.
and then an emoji, a smiley. No, sorry.
Just look at the phone, just get the receiver, just like grin into it. Yeah, okay, so you do that at 30 in the morning. It's supposed to cost some money, I can't remember how much it does, so I can't bother right now, but we'll say it's on the house. It's the house
Okay.
phone. So you send that off, you don't know obviously when you can expect a reply from that, but you obviously begun putting up the
Charlie will tell Burchard and the I can't remember the name of the person who
Tiog.
Tiog that
Mhm.
we are expecting someone to come by to drop money off for
Yeah.
a job we completed.
Yeah.
So you do that 30 in the morning, that's fine. Anything else?
Check on Burchard.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bajard obviously has
Um,
come down. I can't remember, how much did you tell him about the sickness and stuff last session? Did you tell him anything?
Well, so-
No, I think
but-
you didn't.
Well,
Like
he was
you-
upstairs and he couldn't come
Yeah.
down, so we all had a chat, and then I think we did tell him about it
Oh,
because he was panicking about it.
Yeah, he was back
We
a little
did
bit.
tell him that there was a.
yes.
But then
There
you had
was
him
a
up, you wanted to go
chance.
check the one in the basement, and you weren't telling
Exactly.
him everything.
Exactly.
But then I think Tali would have said something before. They wouldn't have just gone to bed. Like
That's true.
I
she
don't
would have
know.
explained roughly the situation that they were going to fix it tomorrow morning, but Tali needed to sleep to make some preparation to do
Mm.
it.
That's fine. So yes, Bichard is there at the breakfast table. He's even looking a bit all sheepish about the fact that you've told him he's sick with something, but had to wait a whole 12 hours or so before you can do anything about it. But he's around the breakfast table looking a little like, you can kind of see he seems a bit awkward about it, like he almost doesn't want to bring it up. You're not sure if it's because of like embarrassment about having a disease, or more like doesn't want to put reliance on other people. But it is there, sort of like going through the motion, like reading the paper, like he always does, having breakfast. But he does seem a little more nervous than normal.
And we do know that there is a worm. Like, we are certain. We did some checks on him, right?
Yes.
we didn't
Offset
tell-
magic.
We didn't
I'm
tell
pretty
him
sure we did tell him.
that as well.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm pretty sure,
Oh,
but
okay.
it doesn't really matter ultimately. Like, I think we because Tali wouldn't have wanted to not tell him.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you did.
No, yeah, that's fair.
She also would have told the rest of the party that we're not allowed to talk about anything else mission critical until we've sorted this thing out with Bichard, because someone's
Yeah.
gonna be listening in.
Yeah. Sure.
But I mean, after unless anything happens at breakfast, like after breakfast, Tali would be like, Bichard, should we go to your office?
Sure, yeah. Yeah, let's get, yes. These
We
are
will
like-
motion for Gable
Yeah.
and whoever else would like to join.
I mean, that's the question. Do you think Gable stayed at the pub last night?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
he would have. Well, we would have liked him to stay at the pub.
Yeah.
I know he doesn't like the pub.
Whose room would a Gable have stayed in? Not very important, I'm just curious.
The general rule, Rask seems to just fall asleep in the bar, so his room might be available.
Yeah, okay.
Or he could have Tali's room, or whichever room where, yeah, like.
It's fine. He sleeps in someone's room. It's not, I guess, super important. But yes, Gable is there. That's fine. There probably would have been some awkwardness about him staying overnight. Like he wouldn't have felt like he could, and you'd probably have to convince him. But that would be fine. But yes, Gable is there. And he comes with you. Yeah. He's like, yeah. Okay. And he's got like he's grabbing around in books and stuff like that, and like carrying these books up with you. None of these books seem relevant to what's happening, by the way. He just seems to be intent on carrying them with him.
That's fine.
But yes, you head up to Bertald's office. Anyone else going with?
Probably. I mean, I don't know. Is Pebble any useful for this?
Say Brask was about to, but then more food was brought out. She was like, you guys got this.
I mean, anyone like who had like generally medicine or magic, not magic knowledge as well.
I'm gonna be that. Yeah. Pebble's gonna be there
This
just
is a
in case.
person. This is effectively a magical
Yeah.
medical procedure.
Yeah.
A
Okay.
surgery.
So Tali and Pebble.
Ish.
Tali, Pebble, Gable, and Bichard, obviously. You head up into Bichard's office.
Oh, we've had a long rest, haven't we? So we have.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you haven't already,
true.
put down the long rest part.
Just in case
Wait,
I'm gonna
because it's
do it again.
a worm thing that he's got.
Mhm.
Will animal handling be relevant?
That's
Maybe.
what I was thinking as well. Or
Eh,
speak to
Depends
animals.
if it's
Well,
an animal
like-
or if it's
Maybe.
an aberration, right?
It's an
not-
aberration. Yeah, it was an aberration.
I don't think-
Presumably, so presumably, for like Brask is familiar with like the kind of like a tapeworm,
Mhm.
or like the kind of worms like a dog might get.
Mhm.
So maybe
Yeah, probably.
maybe he's gonna actually maybe he thinks he's gonna actually know a thing or two about this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
okay.
go
Ross,
with him
Ross
too.
comes too. Okay. Leaving awkwardly
Oh my
Chad
God,
and
no.
Christina around the breakfast table.
Great.
Before
Chad's gonna go for a run.
For a run
Chad, you watch him
away.
as he
fast as he can.
Yes.
Everyone leaves, you're like, well, I'll head out the door then.
Pebble's gonna ask. I mean, as you know, Chad makes his way. Like, yeah, his intention's clear of going away. Like, Pebble's just gonna invite Christina. It's like, wait, do you wanna come with? I mean, it's not gonna be pleasant, but it's great to be able to support. But I don't even know what I'm gonna do. I'm basically shit scared, and yeah.
Okay, I'll come.
Thank you.
So you all head back up to Bichard's office. Just quickly, we'll sit with Chad for a second. So Chad, you're going out for a run. Roll me a perception check as you head out the door.
5.
5.
It's a door.
The so you're like very much in your own head when you kind of step out the door. You like, you know, there's all these kind of things
Yeah.
going on with awkwardness around Christina, etc., etc. Still the whole like, how the fuck do I get back to the pub? And as you step out the door, it's a very bright morning. Like, it kind of hurts your eyes a little bit as you kind of step out into the light.
Something's on fire.
You kind of like wait for your eyes to adjust. It just seems to take a bit longer than you're used to.
No.
And then you feel something hit your leg, well, your side, as someone crashes into you, which you didn't see with a 5 perception check.
Excellent.
Despite that, and like you kind of like snap out of it, 'cause you were going to kind of almost like a moment. You hear this kind of like heavy breathing and wheezing. Sorry, sorry, sir.
Okay.
Are you from? And you look down, you see this kid, ragged clothing, wearing like a like flat cap. You can see like kind of like dry skin in places. You see arms and hands are going grey. Like this is very clearly someone who maybe works in a factory. But there's a kid panting and wheezing. He's clearly been running down the street, and he's holding a letter. And he's like, "Are you for the Five Fellows? I got a letter for a chance
Chad's-
releasing from this."
Wow.
Chad isn't gonna immediately respond. He's almost having a little bit of a moment of just enjoying seeing
Oh,
this child
bastard.
absolutely wreck himself. It's gonna pat him on the head.
Sure.
Bonk.
So, sorry, I didn't quite catch that. What did you say? What did you say?
I'm looking for a chance to Orpheus at the Five Fellows.
Yes, that's I. Thank you very much.
Just sign it.
And Chad's gonna take it and just walk away from him.
As you try and take it, he holds
Give him
on to it. And
water.
he's just like buckled over, but he holds a hand out.
Give him water or something. And also money.
Chad's gonna shake the hand that he held
No!
out.
No!
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And like, although
Autograph
he's
it.
like he's holding on, he's not got the strength to resist you. So you just zoop, pull this out of his hands. You just hear the kid like, "You can do business."
He's
Yes,
dying.
as I said, thank you very much. Thank you very much. As you were.
You then watch as the kid reaches in the pocket, like
No.
grabs out another letter and starts trying to run down the street somewhere else. And just
Aw.
Keep up the cardio, young sir.
Wow.
Make sure you take breaks. It'll get easier.
Go run alongside him, Chad, and just lap him.
Oh no, come on.
Where are we going?
Chad is going to open the letter and read it while jogging alongside this child.
Incredible.
This is
yes, you
horrible,
see
but
that
also
it
so
is-
entertaining.
It is obviously a letter to you. That's frustrating. It's character limit on Discord. That's frustrating.
Make the kid hold it whilst you read it. Like just ahead of you, running backwards like this.
Yeah. I'll tell you if we're gonna trip over anything.
Just prepare your response on the back of the kid. Yeah.
I'll send it to you in 2 chunks.
Oh, it's horrible.
It's the character limit for a single message.
What?
Ooh, right, okay, yeah, I hoped it would be this.
Anyway,
What's happening?
back in the Five Fellows. So you all head up into Bachar's room. You can see he kind of like instinctively and awkwardly sits in his chair and just kind of like leans on his desk, all like. So what happens with us now?
Well, Charlie has a spell that should sort of cure you, remove the worm.
You can see he kind of winces when you say worms. Like, yeah, still not liking the idea of that being in my head. So yeah, if you can get rid of
Yeah,
that.
indeed. That's why we're gonna get it out.
Yeah. Okay. Is this gonna hurt?
To be honest with you, Harley doesn't know, but it shouldn't do, and if it does, it shouldn't be for very long.
I had worms when I was younger. They just pass in time. I didn't even have the magic, so it was, and won't get them again. You won't want to get them again, but you'll be fine.
That's a real comforting.
And you're not even
Thanks.
scraping yourself along the floor yet. You'll be fine.
Peak Brask. Peak Brask.
Yeah, that's real comforting. Thanks, Brask. He just sort of
Anytime,
turns
pal.
and looks like deep in, like at you directly, Tarlin, just like.
Yeah, yeah, okay. I'm just gonna. I don't. Does like Gable or something like. I don't know who is the one gonna come out. What's gonna happen? So we might want to be prepared to capture it or to smush it.
We
buckets,
maybe need a
buckets,
thing to
buckets.
capture it in then. Start looking around the room awkwardly.
So is this wait?
Go.
Where
I
are
was
we?
just say, can Brass go and stand behind Bachard, sort of crouch down toward his butt, and just get ready to catch?
Well, we should probably, we need like a container because if it touches you, it's gonna try and go in your head.
It's.
So we
uh,
need a container.
true,
Could
true,
someone
true.
just run and get like a pot
Yeah.
or
But-
a bucket?
Christina will specifically remember when you were fighting, interrogating that other woman when she was killed. The worm came out of her ear and tried to lunge for Chad. So it
Yeah.
is capable of somehow leaping, essentially. Yes. But yeah, wonder if we can go grab some sort of pot or something. You know, go down the kitchens or get the bucket from the cellar, etc.
Yeah, Pebble knows. Pebble will grab the little bucket, more like the big bucket.
Okay, so you've got the bucket.
Basically, it's like holding it like basically to his ear, so that there
Fair
is
enough.
nowhere else for the thing to
So
go.
it goes like donk.
It can only
yeah,
go
yeah.
in the bucket.
Oh, you're gonna hold it to his ear. Okay.
Pretty much is what's
But
happening.
Chad does feel very awkward as you have a bucket about the size of his head.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
against his
Yeah.
face.
But it's just for safety, Bachard.
And then like a lid or something as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll fashion something out. Like I'll just make sure that there's like a pan that can
Yeah.
completely
That's
enclose
fine.
the thing or something.
You're like, yeah, real typical medical procedure. This I can see. Right, should we just get
I
going
didn't say it
then?
was typical, Bachard.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just talking. Just talking.
Oh.
Okay. Well, it's fine. And Tali kind of like touches his head and like sort of around the bucket and like more so on the side of his head where the worm is out, like where the worm is. So like trying to like I think she'll say some things in Celestial, like her hands will kind of glow, this kind of like silverish glow, and will cast Lesser Restoration to end this. I don't know what the condition's called, but yeah, to end this. The bugs are worm condition.
Yes. Yeah. So your hands glow like silvery kind of gold around his temples as you kind of put your hands there, and you can see that kind of glow, almost like it sort of bleeds. Sounds too aggressive, but the skin
It
glows a
goes
similar
through, yeah.
color, as well.
Oh,
As
nice.
you can see, and then you can see it kind of like as you kind of let go gently, the glow stops on one side of the head but continues on the side around.
I'm like picturing the mouth of the worm.
Yeah, and you can
Willing
see
it.
that glow kind of grows slightly on his head under the bucket, and then there is this kind of shrieking sound. You can see Bachard's like, ah.
It's fine. It's alright. Just stay calm. She holds his head again. Just stay still. It's okay. You're good. It's good.
And then shaboom, you hear the bottom of the bucket. Something is
I put the pan.
violently
And then
ejected.
close it.
Yeah, I put the
immediately.
pan. I did. Plunk,
So Pebble,
plunk.
I need you to roll me it's gonna be an
Acrobatics.
initiative check.
Oh.
No, initiative.
Can
I-
Oh, we're
versus
gonna
one.
contest it. Okay.
I could have binded it earlier. It's reactionary, so. it probably-
Initiative.
Versus the master one, see who gets
Initiative.
to do
Oh,
things quicker.
11. It almost was 18, but it's 11.
So you pull the bucket away and give yourself space to put the lid down. And as you go to put the lid down,
No.
you can see leaping out the bucket towards you is this miser worm. It manages to just slip through the lip as you put the lid down, and it's jumping
Naughty.
towards you. So
Naughty.
make an attack roll against you now.
Very naughty. What?
What is your
Doesn't
armor
it?
class?
Doesn't it get like directly into my ear? That's
That's what it's trying to do.
my.
It's your armor
Oh.
class.
Oh right. 11.
11. You watch as this thing lands like slap in the center of your forehead, and is now crawling quickly
Eek.
towards one of your
Can I?
ears.
Can I?
Big
Do,
eek.
can anyone do anything?
Can
Yes.
I try and do something?
Yes, I'll have initiative
Because-
checks now from Tali and Brass.
I get
and
advantage
Christina.
because of vigilant blessing.
Yeah.
So
Did you say initiative?
Yes, please.
Oh, baby! It's a 10.
10, okay.
a 5.
5 with an advantage.
Yep.
Okay, Christina.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
So wait. Who's got advantage? Everyone
I had
or,
it, but
or just?
no,
Tali?
just me. It's a thing I have for my class.
Okay.
I got 12.
12,
Oh.
okay.
Oh, Burchard.
Gable can roll.
Yep, okay.
Gable can roll.
Okay, cool. Gable got an 8. You all watch as this thing that you were expecting Pebble to get it in the bucket, and you're all like, "Oh shit!" And you're like, kind of like ducking around, not quite sure what to do. And you watch as this thing is quickly making its way across Pebble's head, about to go and make it towards its ear, and then Pebble, you get smacked in the face. As Bachard is the only one who rolled higher than it, and just goes BAM! Just palms you in
Bachard!
the face.
And is the worm like splattered? Oh, this is gross.
Yes.
I love
You
it.
also take 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yay!
As he wasn't
Yes.
soft about it. He's
The
just
most-
oh fuck! Boosh!
The most
Just-
welcome damage I've ever. heard.
Bah! You have
Is
this.
the worm like fully dead? Like squished?
Can we
Charlie
investigate
will
that?
will stab it. Like will like. Oh,
There's nothing really much left to stab. Like you
Don't
see this
stab
kind of
me.
horrible black
Not you.
sludge mark on Pebble's head, and then coming off and like tar connecting it to Burchard's hand as he pulls it away. It's like,
Ew, is this gonna give me like the grey mark on the?
yeah, wipe that off with Bachard. Absolutely
Yeah.
not.
yeah, so you basically very quickly get something and wipe it off both Pebble and Burchard's hand. It doesn't seem to have left any.
Oh,
residue on
what,
Let's see
what I
how it
what,
goes.
what I definitely would have prepared actually would be was the detect poison and disease. I would have
Mhm.
probably switched it out for this one. Can I ritual cast that? Because lesser restoration cured Bachard,
Mhm.
so I can ritual cast that and just check if there are any remnants of this particular disease, like and this sort of worm around. It will take 10 minutes, so it'll take a little while. But Tali will insist on doing it before
Yeah,
anyone
so you
leaves the
sort
room.
of say like, okay, I need to do some more checks. Everyone calm down now. You take 10 minutes and the ritual check goes and there's no poison or disease left.
Okay, I think Tali thinks everyone's okay.
Nice.
It's good.
You see Gable,
Pebble.
even after 10 minutes, Gable's still kind of freaking out like, that thing was horrible.
Yes.
I was just about to become gaseous to gaseous, sorry, to try to shake it away, but I'm glad I didn't have to cast anything, just in case. Also, I don't know how that would have worked.
Probably
the only
initiative
idea I
order,
had.
so it wouldn't. Yeah, if it
Yeah.
had gone first, it wouldn't have worked. Cause...
Ah, right. Oh, of course, yeah. That was
Yeah,
already.
it would have been a good way of getting out of it if you'd been ahead of it.
Yeah.
You were not.
Eh.
Anyway, Tali, what's next?
That's that. Make
Also
sure
the
Bachard's
potion, don't
okay. Yeah, but the potion does it do anything now?
So what you said the potion would do is potion cures the actual
grey
'cause,
mark.
the
Oh,
grey
I see.
mark.
There's two
parts.
things.
Yeah,
Yes.
there's a thing
the-
causing the grey mark and then there's the grey mark.
We will explain this to Bachard and,
Which-
and then
Yeah.
offer him. The...
Also, we've never. I mean, Pebble will shut up in front of Burchard, but there's. What are the guarantees? Dun, dun, dun,
There
dun,
are
dun. Mhm. Okay.
Well-
Well, the guarantee you have is that you know that Splint was using this for himself,
Oh, right.
Yes.
and he said it had, like you have his research papers which said this was working for him.
True.
You obviously
So,
don't know
yeah,
if
with the letter,
you've 100% created the same thing he made, but you've definitely tried using the same ingredients to try to make the same process. So it did seem to be working for him.
Neat. let's see.
Because from what you understand, he had his Mysore controller for a lot longer than Bachard had a Mysore worm, and he seemed he barely had any grey mark on him.
Yeah.
So, yes, this potion, by the way, it is horrible looking. It is this kind of like, it looks like an inky black kind of liquid, kind of slightly translucent. It's not as dark as like ink, but inside it is almost like this looks like a layer of sediment in it,
Yummy.
which is kind of like slightly grey color. Like it's just this sort of black on grey. And you see Gable brings like, I know this looks terrible, because it kind of is.
Maybe
You
give
see,
it a
like-
whisk before.
Yeah, you kind of like
yeah.
You do shake it up, but you
Little
kind of
shaky.
see like that the sediment just kind of spins, and it's like,
Oh,
you have to drink it all, I'm afraid. The chunky bits and everything. I'm sorry. And you slice it across the table. Which I was like, that's alright, son. I work in a bar. I've drank worse things than this. It just uncorks it, just goes,
Hey.
just downs it.
what a lad.
Oh, it just. There's this pause where you can see his face goes a little kind of greenish grey. And then Bachar lets out a horrendous belch.
Oh, bless. Nice.
That reminds me of my teenage years. Okay. This is good enough, is it?
Yeah, so we removed the worm,
It's the
and you
dirty
had
pint, isn't it?
still had the grey around your ear, but that should be cleaned up by this. So you can check it yourself. Now you know it's there, and you know you should start to feel
Yeah.
less tired and start to actually be recovering.
Yeah.
Very.
Okay. Alright.
Nice.
And if you aren't, just let Tali know, okay? You just
Yeah.
call me.
Alright, you lot. Everybody out of my room. I'm gonna have a nap.
Oh, hold on, actually, Bachard. So we're gonna be going out of town, out of the city for I think a few days, on some business. But Tali had a question for you. Where did Smitey start as a group? Like where did you originally set up shop,
Did you set up shop? Was
or like set up your where was the group formed? Where did you come to the agreement that Smitey would begin?
yeah, no, it was there was a tavern here before this one. That's where the 5 gnomes, the original members, they congregated, slowly started to work together, and this is where they God, that thing stuck in my throat. Ugh. This is where they properly came together, made a thing of it, and slowly they earned enough money to then buy the place, renamed it to the 5 Fellows, hired me as the runner, bar manager, and then over time they gave it over to me.
Where were they from?
All over the place. There was one from Torn, I think, got a few from Tomlin County. I think it was from Riverdale. I don't know. They weren't the sort of talk. They didn't like talking about their history too much. It was one of them was much like what they. It was all about going forward.
Okay.
Anything else? You see, like the expulsion of this creature. It seems to has like in itself taken a toll on Bachard. And you can see almost like coming off of adrenaline. He just seems to be getting very tired very quickly.
Ooh.
No. Tali will let you. We'll all let you rest, and we'll take the bucket and take everything.
Yeah, can you just tell Teal I'm gonna be asleep for a little bit?
Absolutely.
Look after the bar. If you
And
need
if,
anything before you go, Teal should help you with that as well.
okay, and if not, we'll see you when we get back.
Yeah, have a safe trip, and see you soon. You watch as he just sort of slumps and falls asleep in his desk chair.
I
She's
worry.
just like, do
My
we
belly's
ta-
worried.
take him to a bed or anything, or
Yeah, we get him to the bed.
you know that not that you've been in there, I don't think, but like, there's a room behind his office, which is his bedroom.
Yeah. We'll do that. Brask, can you help lift gently, Brask?
I rolled to see how gently I do it.
Yes.
Yeah, sure. Roll me an athletics check.
I'm gonna make an effort to be gentle, but Yeah, I'm a big
Tell you
guy.
what, roll me an athletics check with disadvantage.
Oh
So
no.
obviously it gives you the chance of
Oh,
having
okay.
a lower roll. You want a lowest roll in this case.
Oh.
I got a natural 20 the first time and 16 the second time, so still pretty gentle.
So hop, you huffed him up, and you just walk through into the other room. You've not been in Butchard's room before, and as you kind of enter it, it is a fairly plain room. Like this is, not a man who's frivolous or fanciful in many ways, but there is a big bed, soft sheets. But you see on the walls, decorating the room, there's various memorabilia. You think from Butchard's own days of venturing, and before that, you knew he was a sea captain. So you see various things like there is like an anchor on the wall and things like that, like etc. You see they're probably like on the wall. There's probably framed. Not that you would understand it, brass, but maybe if Charlie or Pebble or anyone else comes in the room, you see maybe like a charter, like a ship. You think maybe one of his. And things like that. There are lots of memories of his own heyday in this room.
Is there any like weaponry or anything like that on the wall?
There probably is like a pistol on the wall.
Brass would like to walk up to it. He's gonna like lift it off the wall and be like, "I used to have one of these."
Brask, put it down.
Oh, it's fine. I know how to use it. It's fine.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
not that. It's not that Brask. It's that. It's Butchard's. And it might mean a lot to him. So we want to be careful with it and not.
I'm being careful.
And he's gonna carefully put it back on the wall. And I would like to roll to see how careful Brask is
Yeah,
being.
maybe a
with it.
sleight of hand check.
Sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand.
Sleight of
Hello.
Nice.
Oh,
All about the
okay.
deftness of your
21.
hand.
Brask is a delicate boy. Today.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Okay.
There is always this sort of surprising thing about Brass. Like you've seen it every, when he moves. Despite Brass' size and kind of like the sort of boldness of his personality, Brass can be very gentle and delicate when he needs to be.
Mm.
And you see this here as he kind of slowly replaces his pistol onto the wall.
Can Brass, before we leave, can Brass go over to Chard in the bed and just sort of hit him on the head?
Yeah.
And roll
I'd
up.
be like,
Yeah.
You dream of the great hunt.
and then just walk out.
Yeah.
Can you roll about like how delicately you pat
How
him?
gentle am I patting
No,
him?
let's not.
No, you're good for that one.
Yeah.
So you leave Bachard. You can hear he starts snoring very heavily as you leave him and you make your way out of the office and back downstairs. Probably by about this point, Chad would have returned from his run.
Nice.
So you kind of return to the breakfast table and you see that Chad has returned.
Chad, obviously, he's just been for a run. He's sweaty, so he's shirtless.
Of course.
Oh.
So obviously, shirtless, legs up on the table, with a bacon sandwich in his mouth, reading and rereading the letter that he's received.
Yeah. You'll see
Ah.
him reading a letter.
Hello.
Hello.
Chad,
As you about to respond to Chad, your legs are violently shoved off the table as Teal just pushes them off the table.
I'll allow
Okay.
it.
She just looks
Morning
at
to you as well, Teok.
and just goes, "Don't put your feet near the food." And just walks away from you to go behind the bar.
Holly's like, wow.
Yes. Pebble too.
Morning.
Yes,
Is
you will see that Chad has a
everything?
letter.
Yeah, everything all good?
Yeah. Butchard is having a nap.
Excellent. What happened to the
Bachard killed it by punching it while it was trying to crawl into my ear. Fun.
excellent, good
I
man.
suppose I suppose I have like either here or here. I
We
have
wiped
like
it. We wiped it.
no, but besides like it's
Like a red mark.
red, yeah.
Yeah.
I might be
right.
holding like
Punch.
a bruise,
Yeah.
some sort of like damp cloth or something.
Yeah.
Yay.
Good man, Birchie. God, killed
Very
his
good.
own.
He took it.
killed
He
his
took
own
it like a
worm.
champ. He took it like a champ.
Good man. Here we are.
Apparently, taking the worm out is not too pleasant. Yeah.
No, that absolutely seems fair. Seems fair. So we were going to the Pridmore first, weren't we? Did we decide we were coming back here afterwards to obviously collect some things?
I guess it depends. But we are waiting on our new weapons, so
Yes,
it would be good to get that. But
Wait.
get hold of those.
and we might have to make sure that
Would-
the gnomes and dwarves are get back from Pridmore.
Yes, that's entirely fair. I'm sure there's going to be some nice ways of doing that nice and carefully. Would it be possible for us to, once we've to make the next stop after that, pop over to Riverdan?
I thought we were gonna do
That be
Tumlin County, where Pebble's from.
yeah, totally were. I've this little missive I've received. Charming young man came and delivered delivered it to me. I paid him handsomely for his troubles. He was I think he was off like a flash. It was really quite a quick runner.
Inside check,
yeah.
Chad.
Yeah.
He's being like an absolute prick. Like
Yeah.
way more so than usual. And Tali's like, what the fuck has happened?
Yeah.
Is he?
I
No, but
think
Tali
so.
would know.
Yeah, I think so.
Would
No,
Tali
but
know?
like just I wanna what's happened? What's
You
going
can
on
roll.
up there?
Yeah, you can roll an insight.
What's going on in Chad's brain?
He's getting there.
I got a nat 20.
That's really.
Wow.
You can
What's
tell.
going on in the brain?
You can tell that Chad has got some good news. And it has excited him. Essentially, what's happening.
Okay, that's why he's being
Yeah.
like this.
But
okay.
you think by the nature of how like smug he's kind of like presenting himself.
Yeah, that
it
he's
is-
just so Chad, what are you
Obnoxious.
doing?
Not only is it good news, it's clearly good news in the realm of
Chad.
upper society kind of good news.
Yeah, okay.
You can definitely feel that because Chad is presenting more of that side of his personality than normal. But yeah, carry on.
She doesn't say anything. She just
Yeah. So I just I'm now on a little bit of a time limit. More so than we were when we were making decisions yesterday about where to go. And yes, it's going to be a very, very important for for all of us, really, for me to specifically to get to Riverdan sooner rather than later. I don't want to rock the boat with the whole Pridmore, obviously saving the dwarves and that. To sort of obviously postpone that initially, but it would be great if we could make the next stop after getting our lovely new weapons. Sort of
What's,
hopping off down to
if you don't-
Austria.
Grab the letter.
well, if you don't mind, what's changed?
Oh, I mean, I can read you the missive if you so desire.
So, do you let Brass grab the letter or not?
Well, let's have a little. Let's see what the rolls do, shall we?
Yeah, okay, so
Ooh.
a contested athletics, please.
Excellent.
Athletics or something.
But that's
Brask, I'll let you go first.
Just a 4 that time.
I think it's
Sorry,
24.
8 in total.
Right. I think a 24
Yeah.
wins.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you see Brass
Fair enough.
coming, you just like move your hand down and just goes. Whoop. Like, nope.
Would like to
let's
send my
read
bees
this
after it.
letter.
You said your bees.
Lol, imagine.
You can read it if you want, or you could just tell
I mean,
us.
it's yeah.
Just a
I mean,
quick
it's
reminder
a-
for context here, because like, did you ever tell anyone about the message you sent out?
Yeah, that's
don't
what I
think
was
you
gonna
did.
ask.
Nope.
Well, I mean, okay, so you know how my one's father is involved in certain activities, and obviously not things have come to light that maybe he's
A
not
bit
the the absolute hero that he's forced me to believe he was for the majority of my life. It occurred to me in a flash of insight that actually there'd be an opportunity to gain quite a lot of an upper hand over him on behalf of all of us, clearly, by there were some things were set in motion a number of years ago to have me wed a neighboring nobleman's daughter, which would give me access to certain benefits, namely some military power and political power. And I sent a letter to the very important man, you may have heard him, the Comte Henri Timolf of Augustria, and just expressing that I think it would be great to go ahead and move forwards with this. And he's written back very quickly and very politely and respectfully, agreeing. But the thing is that he's actually not in great health at the moment, and he fears that he might die. So it would be really great if I could get there sooner rather than later. Obviously, as I say, we'll go and save the dwarves and the gnomes and that first. That's obviously very important.
Want to go and get married?
I mean, it's purely. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's purely a political.
Why not? No,
move.
I mean, it's just so totally understand you want to go get married. That's the summary.
That's the. I mean, with. It's the first step in a number of other moves in order for us, small and mighty, to have more resources. We would have hugely improved resources and things. I'd have access to all of Augustria essentially.
Okay, but we can't. That's a different conversation. You can't bring a country. If you supply an organization with the country's resources, you're then committing that organization to back that country to back that organization, which could lead to war, Chad, with other neighboring countries who might not be happy that you're doing that. But that's a different conversation. Pebble.
Hello.
Are you fine with this? Because we were gonna go to your place next. So Tali, just if you're fine with it, then we'll change the plan.
I didn't even know someone like Chad would be considered as herald for marriage. No, Pebble doesn't say that. Imagine.
You could say that.
Wow. No. So what? Wait. Meta time. I should start taking better notes. So we were gonna go to save the gnomes, of course, to the Predmore. What happened in Tumblin County? Was it
you?
Were we just going there
To get the relic.
because there would be a relic? Yeah, I mean, Pebble, I don't have any like. Sure, one of my dads is there, I suppose, unless he's died, but Pebble wouldn't be very precious about where to go. Like, he's an outcast. He's, he's not in a hurry to return. He has to collect himself before we enter Tumblin County. So it's more about definitely it's more about the gnomes who are like in immediate danger.
We're gonna go there first anyway.
But then after, I mean, it's how many days worth of travel it is between one thing and the other. It's not much.
Depends how we go. Whether we're going by train or whether we're walking or cart or what.
Okay.
But if Pebble doesn't mind, then that's all. Yeah, that's.
Pebble doesn't mind.
Okay, I mean, as long as no one else has anything super pressing, then sure, we can go to Riverdan next after the Pridmore.
Yeah.
Brask.
Brask, you've got your hand up. Yes, go ahead.
I don't want to get married.
Oh no.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah. No. Brask,
That's fine.
You don't need to. I'm getting married. Not to you or to anyone.
Brass goes like,
here.
damn it.
No, I'm
Okay.
going to be getting married. Yes, there's just some things that will need to be sorted out first. It's going to be wonderful. Augustria is a beautiful place. Henri Timolf is a very very generous host.
Wait.
And-
How long would the preparations last for? Because it's so inconvenient.
there are just a number of there are a number of sort of protocols and formalities that must be observed in sort of matters such as this. We didn't put a number of days on there or anything like that, but obviously Augustria is its own place. The competitive team, I'm not entirely sure about exactly what it will be entailed, but obviously it'll be probably a few days of pomp and circumstance and all that delightful stuff.
But
Well, we have to go to Vertine as well. Yeah.
Yes, no, absolutely. We just do this on the on the way through.
Okay. And I mean, are you gonna have to stay? I can't imagine you're gonna get married and then your wife's gonna be like, okay, bye, and then you leave.
Oh,
Surely that's not-
father left mother behind all the time, off on campaigns and political journeys and all that type of stuff.
Oh, I
I'm sure
just
she'll be fine with it.
didn't think you'd want to be like your father.
Right. Yeah.
But Charlie doesn't know.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
I
I'm
Charlie
sure it'll
live
be fine.
alone. Doesn't marriage doesn't, you know. I married people, but I don't know what they do when they.
You marry people.
I don't know.
Yeah, Tali can marry people. Tali is a priest.
Oh,
Of course.
There's a shortcut there.
Do you want
Of
Tali
course.
to marry you?
Excellent. Would you want to marry me? I mean, get me married to someone else?
Tali can if you don't have already. If they don't already have somebody that they, you know, they pay
Excellent.
someone. If they don't already have somebody.
I can't think of anyone else I would rather have perform the ceremony. I'll write back to Conti, Henri Timolf of Augustria. I'll write back to him forthwith and let him know that we'll be on our way as soon as we've
Probably be
performed
like
our
a
noble deeds.
couple of days, right? Yeah, like we gotta
Yes.
go to.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'll let him know that we have a godling priest who can perform.
Okay.
the
Well, hold on,
ceremony.
hold on. You don't need to tell him that bit. Like, just
Okay.
But
Just-
I don't-
Someone.
doesn't want like all of the people, and they'll do all these things because they know Charlie's coming, and
Right.
we could just avoid it.
And you wouldn't want to overshadow me. That's very
Kind.
noble of you. I completely understand it. It's
Sure.
it really will be all about it'll be my my visit. So no, I appreciate that. Thank you. It's very gracious of you, Tali.
Does the
Oh, that's me laughing,
bride-
not Jack.
As soon as we get there,
Charlie just
Pebble
goes
is
to the
gonna-
bar for a minute. I'm just.
Yeah,
You're welcome, Chant. And then she just walks just for
Yeah.
a minute. Just for a minute.
Pebble has things to think about. As soon as we go there, he's gonna like make extra sure without betraying anyone that the bride is in the same page as well. He's gonna try to make sure. It's all politics at the end.
Yeah. Notice that Chad didn't mention how old the bride was.
Oh,
Or her name, or anything really about her.
okay.
Tali, as you make
This-
your way across. Oh, go on, Chad.
Sorry, does the table above the table? Do we know? I read out the letter, didn't I? when I sent it.
But you did.
Well,
when
no,
sent
you didn't.
it.
It was you found her age out when we did the flashbacks. Everyone knows that she's 13 years old.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So it's meta. We all know, but not in the thing.
This is like some Game of Thrones shit.
Yeah. It's
and just-
Welcome to Riverdale.
Chad's gonna put just one last thing. So, by the way, it's very bright outside today, isn't it? I don't know if anyone else noticed. It's just like maybe it's just being in that well, not dingy manner. I'm sorry, Christina. A very nice, well lit manner, but maybe just being in there for a while just means it's looks very, very bright and sunny today.
Does that worry?
There's like an awkward beat where there's some worries and woes, which is then broken by the sound of the sending station ringing.
Probably at the bar. Yeah. Oh, can I just?
Yeah, so you go and grab like the receiver and hold it up to your ear. You hear a very persnickety voice.
Uh-huh.
Small and mighty. I will be keeping any outstanding payment as reparation for being harassed and interrogated by the Justicars about my dealings with you. Goodbye.
Oh, hang on, hold up. That's not our fault. That's the city.
It's not a two-way communication.
Oh, it's like
you
a.
get sent back a message.
Oh, but I can send him a message. That's how
You can send
sending
another
works.
one.
Later.
Yeah.
We have literally no control over the city security. The city just. So please bring the payment to the 5 fellows.
Send that message back out again.
Just slams the.
Yeah. Ching.
But she just like stands there for a minute. Like
Yeah.
she doesn't move. She just sort of stays there.
Looking at the thing.
Just throw me an insight check real quick. Just
Our fault. An insight check. Oh man, I don't know, 7.
7.
I got a natural 1.
Okay, yeah, okay,
No.
no. You're just seething with rage to the point where the specific words maybe hasn't quite sunk in yet. That's fine.
Oh.
Who was that, Tari? What was that all about?
Oh, she's on the other side of the bar. Just the guy who's meant to pay us isn't paying us. Cause
Wow.
I know they're calling this at this point. I don't know. Justicars, Justiciars. What do you want me to call them?
Justica.
The Justicars apparently are harassing. So now we don't get money because that's our fault, obviously.
That freelancer life.
You mean the man with the excellent taste in wristwear won't?
Yes.
Yeah, and the poor
Won't pay
taste
us
in
what we're
words.
Yes.
Maybe we need to go and pay him a visit. In that case,
Brass
don't
will
know
stand
where
up,
he
start
lives.
cracking his knuckles.
We don't know where he
We can-
lives. Hold on. We don't know where he lives, for one.
right.
We can ask him on the wire.
Knock
no,
every
no,
door
no.
until we find him.
And we're not thugs.
We can be. No.
Right? Yes. No. Brask, we're not thugs, and we don't know where he lives.
I
One
don't
of us
know
is
what
more
that
important than
word
the other.
means.
No, of course. Probably best.
Look, it's fine. It's
It'll
fine.
be okay.
Brask will sit down quite sadly, and under the table just
Oh.
unfolding something, and then pick it up and be like,
It's like this doesn't even mean anything anymore.
Well, oh.
No, Brask, it
Wait.
does.
Just
Yes,
put
it
it.
does.
it says
Just-
magic please backwards.
Yeah.
Just some
No, it
people,
doesn't say backwards. It's fine.
Some people don't. Some people make choices, and we have to live with. And that sucks for us.
Can't we force them to make other choices?
Not force them. Can't force people.
Encourage them with pain.
That's not ideally. Not for like friends or for acquaintance or
Or people who can pay you later.
or who are civilians. We don't.
Brask will slump back in his chair and
We're-
pull
we're-
over his drink and just be.
Well, because we're
This
stronger
place is
than them.
confusing.
I know, but we're stronger than them, Brask. So it would be unfair. We went. All of us, all six, five.
We have to be weaker.
No, we just have to not hurt people who don't really deserve it. Don't do anything. Just doesn't pay us.
Pebbles is just gonna trade the fusing Brask and have him in a good mood, and he's gonna say, these people don't deserve our glory in combat. They are, they're not worth us getting worried
Yeah.
about them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're not
Good.
important.
There's a lot of rules here.
Except for the fact that they owe us money, but whatever.
So we should probably see if we have enough money for a train, or how we're gonna get to the Pridmore.
Yeah.
How much is
I've
a
got-
train?
Well, we
I've
also
got.
have- Yes.
What have I got? I've got about 22 gold rattling around.
You mean 220 seps?
Yes, roughly, and some coppers.
I am.
I like to think in gold. It's
Yeah. I am richer than Chad.
That's because he's just going to dump all his money on the table.
Well, we
Doesn't
also
know what
have
it
the
means.
a parties, like sort of our shared fund that we've been putting some money away for. But I mean, do we know how much could we trains?
Uh, Yeah, how much is a train? Let's buy a train.
Yeah,
And
go
then
for it.
buy-
I-
No, yeah, I know.
You'll have to.
I
head
could
to the
buy a train.
station to go
I-
find
I'm
the
I used to own train.
Say again?
have to go to the train station.
Yes.
We
Okay.
could steal a train.
No.
Error.
It's
much better to own
about the
things
lack of
out.
violence today.
It's much
Oh.
better to own things outright, Brask, than have to steal them.
Yeah.
So, are you headed to the train station?
Yeah.
You're
Yes.
gonna look at
I'm-
some train prices.
I'm just remembering just the wackiest idea. I'm just remembering in the tunnels we left, like, we dislodged some of the wagons, and maybe some of them have the. No, but we're not gonna do that.
You, like pedal your way all the way
Yeah.
up to the
That's
Pridmore.
like the really like butler budget.
Slow,
tickets
yeah.
Yeah,
For the really poor people.
below common
Let's do a
class.
stand by me and just walk up the train track.
Yeah, okay, that'll
Oh.
work. That's definitely quicker than just walking on normal roads. Okay, you guys are gonna head to the train station, or at least some of you to go figure out train prices. But I think that's probably a good place to have our break.
Alright.
Time.
Goody good.
If we aim to come back at 20, 3:50.
Yeah.
Yes.
Muy bueno.
Yep.
See you in a bit.
A little bit,
Bye.
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 and we're back.
Wow.
So, you've skipped around town, so there is a train station in Lowbank, so you head there. And as Pebble and Tali, this is a kind of an interesting kind of return to here, because you've been here before.
Yeah.
Skulking
good
in the
memories.
darkness in some bushes, and you remember seeing a certain large Nervan be shot under the train tracks by a certain split.
Good memories. No.
But you come in now, and it is an empty train station. And there's a small like ticket booth where you see there's a person behind it, but there's also like a board with times and things going.
Nice.
We don't have to roleplay this out, but I'll give you the gist. If you want to travel on the train, there are 3 classes you can choose from.
Oh.
There is the commoner class, standard class, and of course, first class. They have different costs, obviously, depending on where you're going, but if you want to travel from where you are now, also in Roll20, if you look on Roll20, there's now an updated map of
Oh.
Bratton.
Whoop whoop.
That's working on this, we talked about this last week. I was reworking on this, so
Very
we
nice.
have the map we were using.
Okay, so just for the benefit of the chat,
But we have to go to Bogwatch first. We can't actually go to Pridmore.
we
It's just from.
are.
So yeah, Pridmore is not a
Yeah.
place that you can go. Pridmore is a sort of region. It is a massive swamp, and you do know that Bogwatch is obviously nearby. However, as you're actually looking on the boards here in this train station, there are no trains that go to Bogwatch.
Yeah.
There are trains that go to Hammering Cross, which is the
Mhm.
next town over, but you don't see anything that says it goes to Bogwatch.
So
Which is interesting because you are aware that the message was sending supplies to Bogwatch.
Is it on the map? It's like I'm guessing there's a map of like the train line.
It is not on the map.
this is the thing.
Not
So
the train
maybe there's
So you
like
obviously can physically see it on the map on Roll20, and it has got a. If you look there, there's a line to imply it as a train route.
But there is
there is-
also another place next to
There's cute rest.
Cut Rest.
Cut rest.
Rest.
it's
Yeah.
A
cute
cute
rest.
That's all right.
So
Um,
Cute
very
little
cute.
rest stop.
Cute
Yeah,
rest,
so there's also
man.
cut rest, but you can't travel by
Like
train
it.
there.
Thanks, bro.
That's by road only.
Oh.
Oh, so it's
You
the
look at the-
lines. Okay.
Yeah.
I got
So
it.
the lines are train tracks and the dots are roads.
Where
So
we're
likely-
going, we don't
between
need
Dan-
roads.
So between
train.
Downbridge and
We need
Hamlin-
trains.
Anyway.
between Downbridge. Oh god. Okay. Take a moment. Come on, guys.
Jesus
So between Downbridge and Hammering Cross, you can travel by road or by train. But between Downbridge and Cut Rest, it is only by road.
I have an idea. We go back to the underground thing and we see if there's another locomotive that will get us straight to Bogwatch, because there is a track there that will just underground.
But it just
Uh,
goes out. The track just goes the normal way on the train.
Yeah, so the train tracks on the underground would go through this station. It is not like there's some secret extra train track. What
That-
you're basically
Aw.
picking up on is
Okay.
commercially, you can't travel to Bogwatch. Yeah, there clearly is tracks that go to Bogwatch because it's a fort. It's Fort Erlington. It is supplied with supplies as the messes were doing.
Oh wait, so okay, so I understand the rationale now. I thought the entire thing, but I misunderstood everything. Yeah, go on.
Brass.
Arr.
You live in the Pridmore, right?
Hmm?
You live in the Pridmore, right? Yeah. Could you ask the train worker, points to the like a booth, how you can get to Pridmore by train, if it's possible? Like, what's the best route there? It will be less suspicious that way, because it's your home. You want to go home.
Even Brask is like, you want me to speak to a person?
Yeah, I imagine.
Yeah, look. It might be a
Okay.
bit suspicious. Look, Bus, it might be a bit suspicious. We know that there are bad people there, so asking might raise some suspicion. But if you ask, you live in the Pridmore, so it's not that suspicious.
Yes. Okay,
You got
wait
this.
here.
You approach this booth. So it's like a little like enclosed, like almost like phone box kind of thing, a little bit larger than that, with glass paint. And you can see there is this kind of like portly man, a big like balding patch with like kind of wispy greyish black hair around the sides. It's kind of head down and seems to be like filling out some books on some information as you approach. He doesn't seem to notice your approach.
What? That's impossible.
Brask is gonna like walk up to the window.
And lean down.
Yeah.
Speak through the glass.
You lean like over.
Jesus
Yeah, okay.
Christ.
Hello.
Oh, no.
The head pops up and like, oh God! Please don't eat me! Please!
Oh, don't worry. I just had breakfast.
Oh,
Okay, good. Do you want money? Is that what you people want? I don't have any. It's like trying to come as small as he can in the booth.
She's gonna like lean over and bring him back.
Ah!
I like that.
I am Brask Knuckle from the Pridmore. I appear to have gotten myself a bit lost. I was hunting and I lost the trail, and I'm now here and would like to take a train to the Pridmore. Here, and I have many monies.
Sure.
It's just like this man is like shot and like you can see things are processing his brain, but also his life is flashing before his eyes at the same time. It's like, yes, the Pridmore, of course. Oh, that's terribly far. And he kind of like rummages down, like not quite taking his eyes off you, but reaches for something and like pulls up a map and like furls it out. And you can see that this is basically the same map you've just been looking at. But it's like, right, okay, so we are. He tries to explain to you, like you're also like child. We're in Dower Bridge. This is where you are, and this is where you want to go. The Pridmore. He kind of looks like so far away. How did you? That doesn't matter. You want to get a train back? Okay. So you can get a train from here, Dower Bridge, and you can go to Hammering Cross. There's another town. Do you know what a town is? Yes.
Yes, I know what a town is.
sorry, I didn't want to presume. So you travel
He
on
doesn't
train.
know what the word thug means. I mean, that's what down.
Get the train from here. Then get one from here. You can go to Hammering Cross, and Hammering Cross you could then walk to the Pridmore. Or get a cart or something.
And I was hunting. And I was getting myself lost. I went past a town called Fobwatch. There was a big metal cart on a track, like one of these.
Yes, Brusk.
Don't lie to me.
I'm sorry. I don't know a Fobwatch. I'm sorry.
Might have been Knockwood.
It's like,
Drag.
it's Bogwatch.
What? What is that?
Bogwatch. Ah, I recall. It was Bogwatch.
That's a military outpost. You came by. Yes. I think there is a train that goes there to get supplies to the soldiers on watch. There. I can't buy a ticket for that. You need only the military use that. I'm sorry. That's not.
That's okay, because I'm military.
Oh no.
What a persuasion check.
Oh no.
Or intimidation. I'll either either or, since this is kind of on
in that case,
that knife's edge.
I got 8.
8. Okay. So. Oh, how silly of me! Of course, magic police. Yes, obviously. Okay. Well, what I can do for you is you can buy a ticket from here, from Dowbridge to Hammering Cross, and then I can give you a special permission slip that will get you from Hammering Cross to Bogwatch. Okay?
I would like either of those.
Yes, I could do that for you. The tickets will be, which class do you want to go? I don't want to
We
presume.
need
So,
to talk. Oh,
are you a first class kind of man? You look like a first class kind of man.
can we get the prices for all of them?
I would like the prices for all of them.
All of them. Okay. Well then there's the.
How much
But-
for the whole train?
No!
I would have to ask. I don't.
No,
No one's ever offered to buy the whole train
Just
before.
kidding.
Okay, good. First class, it is, it'll be 108 septs per person.
Ooh!
For
How
standard
much
class,
would it be?
Sorry.
if you have luggage, that will be 27 septs. Additionally to your seating arrangements. So yes, first class 108. For standard class, it is 32 septs. Or for the commoner class, which I don't think you need commoner class, you're an upstanding citizen, but in case you do, commoner class is 16 septs.
What's the difference between commoner and standard?
Just
Is
like
it a-
real life.
Oh, I've never experienced that separation. I've only experienced between standard and first, not... Yeah, fair enough.
Well, the UK, we don't really have, so we used to have 3 classes, but now we just
Oh.
have first and third class, but we don't have the middle class anymore.
Yeah.
But historically, there was 3 classes, so that's what you're seeing here.
Fair enough.
Actually, I was on a train the other day. Had standard premium.
Oh!
Ooh.
It was an oxymoron of a carriage.
But I suppose the lowest tier doesn't guarantee you a seat, basically, and the other two do.
Yes.
And then
exactly
first
that.
class is,
So, commoner class, you're standing, baby.
Yeah.
Yes. This one's yes. Those are the prices. I'll be here all day if you want to come back, and I can arrange the tickets for you.
Oh, is that one way or is it both ways?
Is that one way? Or is it both of the ways?
That is for one way, so you'd have to pay again to come back, but you'd have to buy those tickets from Fogwatch.
From Fobwatch, okay.
Yes, from Fogwatch.
Ask is gonna turn back to the group behind him.
You hear a deep sigh from behind you as you turn.
And then turn back really intensely and be like,
I'll consult with my captives.
Oh God!
You move out the way of the sky.
Boss, you can pretend to eat me if you want.
Just roll me one more intimidation check, Brass, with advantage.
with advantage. Okay, so that's an unnatural 20 and 22.
Right.
Smells like urine.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Okay, I'll just
Yeah.
relay the information. Let's assume the guy was yelping it, so you guys all just heard it, because
Yeah, you probably do.
my throat hurts from doing the voice.
That's fine. Also, Charlie, now roll me a perception check.
I can do that. Just flat perception.
Yeah, just a perception check.
Hold on a second. Perception 14. Wait, no,
Yes.
13. Sorry.
13, it's fine. Above 10 is the point. So as Brass is relaying this information to you, you do catch out the corner of your eye that you pay attention to it. This guy gets out the back of the booth and walks across the station to the nearest phone and is starting to ring someone.
Uh-oh.
Can I hear what he's saying? Can I?
So not yet, because he's still typing, like dialing the number. But if you wait, you would be able to hear what he's saying.
Oh, that's not. We should probably just. Yeah, we should hear what he's saying. She could sort of quickly convey this information to the rest of the party.
Yeah,
he's
so-
calling.
Can
someone.
Brask sneak
So,
over?
Yes, go for it.
No, no.
Maybe those.
Roll me a
would
stealth
be
check.
good stealth.
Maybe a stealth check.
Can I
16.
guidance him?
Yes, okay. So you add a d4.
I
on
believe
top
in
of
you,
that.
Brask. Give me a d4.
Also total.
Did you roll a d4?
Oh, do I roll a d4? Sorry.
Yeah. Roll a stealth check and then add a d4 on top of it.
Alright, so I got 16 plus 4, 20.
It's 20.
That's
Yes,
very
this guy
good.
does not see you coming.
I'm gonna kill
Um,
this guy.
In fact, you get to the point where you can hear, like, he's still dialing the numbers, but you can hear him muttering, like, come on, need the guard, need to call the guard quickly, before they find out.
Mm,
See,
How is the phone like a sort of phone booth, like on a little stick? What
yeah, so
what's
basically,
the
like,
phone looking-
there's like a board that sticks out the ground, and then there's like a box on the wall, and it has like a receiver you can speak into or hear from, depending on if you're sending a message out or receiving it.
I'm gonna roll to see how I respond to this.
While Brask is doing that, is there a? So we heard that there was a supply train that went to Bogward. Is there any
Yes.
timetable for that supply train?
Roll me a perception check or investigation.
I would like to do. What's that?
Can I investigate too?
Got a 7.
17. You can roll as well, Pebble.
Yeah.
Roll 17. Like, you look around and there is like a timetable for trains passing through the stations. You can see there is a timetable for both commercial trains and supply trains. But you do remember
Oh.
that the trains that
Oh,
Messer drove before were like in the middle of the night, or at least that one you saw before. And there's nothing on any records that suggests that trains leave in the middle of the night. You see a lot of the supply trains also are stated as going to the south towards the two coastal towns. There is Portsmouth and there is Paledor. Most of the supply trains run down there to get things like fish and other various goods from trading with different nations. there doesn't really seem to be any like stated supply trains that are running up towards Bogwatch or even Hammering Cross.
Oh.
So based on my role, Brask is gonna just to explain what the role was for. Odd meant Brask responded calmly. Even meant no, sorry, other way around.
Oh.
The other option was slightly more violently.
Yeah, okay. Calm or violent, and which way did it end
So we ended up with calm. So
Oh.
Brask is
Ah.
gonna pick the guy up as he tries to take the receiver off the phone and bring him over to the group.
Oh, no. Oh,
That was the calm option. What?
Other option was I was gonna rip the phone out
Yeah.
Oh.
and just sort of like tear it down.
Okay. Hello again.
Hello.
Is there something else I could advise you on? You sort of bring this man over to the rest of you, like,
Oh, bless.
oh, hello.
These are my
captives.
captives.
I think
That's
I
not.
might
We're
know
Jet-
not.
one
No,
of
we
you.
were not.
Chad is going to, on hearing that he's a captain, go.
Yeah.
Pleasure to meet you. I'm a captive of this this excellent gentleman. I was captured somewhere in the city. Don't need to be worried about me, but I'm just happy to be here.
Have you tried calling
Just
the
happy to
guards?
be here.
Sorry, what
Pardon?
say again?
Pardon me.
Have you tried to call the guards?
But
Oh, there's no
is-
need. There's no need. No,
Yeah.
we're all quite happily captured. No, it's all good. We're all
We're
good.
not. No, we're not.
The
Yes,
guy's, like,
we're fine. We're fine.
looking amongst all of you to be like, what is wrong with these people?
Can
What have you done
I?
to them?
Can we like erase this poor man's memory? Like this is
You
going.
did that spell, you
beyond-
tell me.
Brask, why did you? What's happening, Brask?
He was going to call the guard, and
Okay.
he don't seem to like it when I fight people, so I decided not to fight people.
No, this is good. This is good. This is good. So, why were you going
Growing.
to the guard? You are, Brask. We're very proud of you. Thank you.
Got very big.
Look how big I am.
Was that?
Looming over the back of it, just say that, like,
Was that necessary?
because there's a scary dragon who has captives walking around the city. I thought you needed rescuing.
That's
and now I
very
think I need rescuing
kind
as well.
of you. We're not captives. We know him. We just
Oh,
let him
okay.
go visit his home. So there's no need to worry. No need to call any guards. We're all friends.
And for a dragon, I'm not considered scary. You should see my friends.
Oh, okay.
Maybe not.
So no guards would be cool. Go about your day.
What would you say the facing check, Tali?
We are all fine.
With disadvantage for the situation.
A persuade.
Oh, this is.
I
Golden,
mean,
though.
a 9 isn't terrible. One of them was a natural 20, but we didn't get that one.
Considering the
Um,
circumstances, that 9 isn't terrible, no. The guy's like, okay, yes, go about my day.
Can I
Okay.
insight check this man? Is he gonna call the guards?
Yeah,
He
you can
is.
say it, man.
I mean, I'm sure he is though.
Ah, I got a 9.
9.
Oh.
Sure. Yeah, you just watch this like, okay, sure. But you do watch as he sort of like takes a step, and you see him going back towards the box. But then makes a swerve towards the exit, and you just watch as like he slowly walks back towards the booth, turns, speeds up, and you hear him running down the street.
He just leaves his job. He just
Yeah. He's just. This is above
Once
his
Tali
pay grade.
failed to realise in that inside check, this man has just decided to quit his job. Because it's apparently not worth it.
Yeah, I agree.
Is there anybody? Because now there's no one in the booth, right?
No.
Is there any other kind of like a staff official around?
Roll me a perception check.
Oh. I mean, it's 18.
18. You don't see any person, but you do see by the phone booth, which luckily is still intact, there is something like, if you need rail assistance, please call this number.
Pebble's small enough that he can't be seen over the top of the counter, right?
I mean, the counter is like waist height. He will be seen.
I mean, but I
But
can
he's
crouch.
really small, right?
He's quite.
I'm like this. No.
he can definitely. Pebble could definitely duck to a point where he could not be seen. Yes.
Just want to see is there anything like hidden in the booth on the books or otherwise like about any trains leaving any time
Sure.
to go to like.
Yeah, but can we like? Is it locked or
No.
at all? Like
just
we
left
can,
The
we
guy,
can just
the guy didn't lock it on his way to run to the phone.
so we can
He
investigate the
walked
booth basically.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
but not all of us. So like one of
I
us
can-
should do it, and yeah, and then the others should
in.
just.
Only one person will fit inside the booth at a time.
To just,
Oh, fair enough.
act-
I can
Pebble,
investigate.
roll me an
Pebble.
investigation or perception check.
Pebble, see if the ticket printing thing is
That's a
Yeah.
great
Yeah.
idea. Some chats sometimes you seem normal. Would love.
I did say I'm not. It's better to just own things rather than steal them. But you know, if an opportunity arises,
I think we're not forcing anyone to. We're just
Well, we
printing a
can't,
ticket.
can't get
We're
a
printing a
ticket to
ticket.
Hogwarts, though.
Yeah, but we are printing a ticket. It's fine.
I'm in a guidance level.
Yeah, okay. So,
So-
perception or investigation, you have a D4 extra.
Oh, nice. I'm gonna do perception because I'm more proficient.
That's fine.
But how does it work? I perceive an object. No, that's odd.
Yeah, you use your are you perceptive enough to see what you're looking for?
So it was a 19 plus 2, 21.
21. And you're looking for particular like records of like supply trains going to the
Yeah.
to Bogwatch and stuff.
To Fort Erlington.
But yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I know what you mean. But yes. Looking through the journal, there was a like book that this was written. The train worker was writing through. Flicking back through a few pages, like there's been none for the last few days, unsurprisingly. But if you go back far enough, you do start to see like mention of like unscheduled arrival written down, but like no details about it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's somewhat sporadic actually. Like it
Oh.
always comes at night, but seemed to come at random. Like there didn't seem to be an obvious pattern to it. Different days of the week. Sometimes can go a week without needing it.
It's like a freight train, like a freight train.
Yeah, like a freight train. It comes when it needs
Freight
to.
train.
When they need to resupply, I wonder. But yes, has been none since your decoupling of the train.
How can I print a ticket? Are there pre-printed tickets? Can I create?
So it's
a
not
ticket?
like there's not like a a printing machine as such, like an electronic one.
Damn it.
What you see
wow.
is there is a bunch of like
Stamps.
cut out like stamps, and then an actual stamp so you can go boom.
Can I?
It's like a mechanical thing where you can set a like destination and a
Yes.
ticket and a date for the ticket, and then you print it with an actual stamp.
Very good. Very nice. What destinations can I set? Is it A, B, C, D? Like, can I
Yeah, you
change
write it,
each
but-
letter?
No, actually, they'd be preset. So, like,
Preset.
it's almost like a typesetting thing. You just take out the place. So you can put like Hammering Cross in there. You can put Pale Door in there. You can put the name, and you can also put what class you want on there.
What class? Yeah, and can I
Yeah.
put Bogwatch for some reason? Is there a stamp
You do
for?
not see one
What?
for Bogwatch.
Yeah, I didn't think that.
what Pebble?
Yeah.
Did they or Brass? Did he not say something about a special permission slip? Presumably that would just be another stamp. Is
Yeah.
that like a stampy thing?
Or
Maybe we
That's
just
sign.
write that, and just if we got the stamp, that might be enough.
That's a very good question. Can I search for?
It'd probably
that?
be a stamp rather than his specific signature. If he's just
With
If
your
it's
perception check, you don't
popped
see
off.
anything. You don't see anything like that's named a permission slip or anything like that. So your guess is as good as anyone. Like you can do what you think would constitute a permission slip.
Okay, the first thing I'm gonna do, in case we run out of time.
Let's
for
just take the
anything.
tickets. Yeah.
Exactly.
So Hammer and Cross.
Tickets for Hammer and Cross first class. I do it. Pop, 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 pop. With luggage, whatever needs to be
How
done.
many do you get?
5.
Yep.
With luggage for each of us.
Yep, yeah.
Yeah. Another one,
–
just in case. I don't know.
can I just
We need more. We invited the rest of the misfits. We need.
Oh,
More.
okay. Let's do
How many of them are there?
5, like you guys.
So we need 10.
10. Okay. Yeah.
Although actually, Chunk is
Chunks.
staying behind.
So we need 9.
9. I'll do 10. I'll do 12 just in case. It's free.
Can Chad be keeping
The whole
watch at the
train.
door?
Yes,
Yeah, I mean,
roll me a
of course.
perception check.
Yeah.
Pebble's just
Yeah,
like
I assume
stamping
we're
like crazy.
strategically stationed around the.
Also, it's just occurring to me that Pebble has never seen a train ticket before.
11 from Chad.
11. Yeah, you're keeping an eye out. You don't see anything at the moment. You can see the faint distance. You can hear the faint distance. The footsteps of a slightly overweight man running away. To another set of wheezing. You're like, oh, that's a familiar sound from this morning. But yes, I mean yes. Despite not knowing how tickets should look, Pebble, you try your best, and like the stamp is the same size as the ticket stubs
right,
are
so
like
it's
pre-made, so you kind of figure out as best you can.
Nice.
You
Very
end up
cool.
with 12 tickets and 12 sets of luggages.
That's
Fine.
lovely.
And then you. What are you doing to append the special permission for Bogwatch?
Can I maybe write like a little slip saying
You have to write 12 of them though. You have to
Oh
write
my
one for
God,
every
yeah,
ticket
that's
because
right.
really will need one.
How can I do it quickly? I don't know. Pebble isn't.
I mean, how you don't you take if there's pieces of paper that you take 12, you stamp them, and then you leave, and then you write in the details later. If you
Yeah,
just say
yeah,
it's paper
yeah.
and stamp it, then
I
stamp it with yeah.
I take 12
Although I
other.
don't know if we want to have this date because they'll know that he left, and that the tickets were just. But then there's no way to tell that.
No. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Well,
But
it's
there's
fine.
no way to tell that.
It's fine,
that's
it's fine.
Yeah.
I'll get just in case I get how many blanks are there for tickets? Is there like an unlimited supply?
There's
effectively?
probably loads of them, yeah. I mean,
Like
there's
thousands. All right.
yeah,
Can I just get?
probably not thousands, but like probably
yeah.
like a good 100 or so.
I'm gonna get 20 blanks, just in
Where you
case.
go for any blanks, write that in your inventory because I won't remember.
20 blanks of like tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah. So apart from the so I've got 12. 12 tickets.
Are you also trying to steal the actual like printing thing as well?
That.
No, I think we have the template on the tickets. We know how they look. So I don't know.
How far are you willing to go with this sort of ticket fraud scam you're starting off?
So I've got 12 tickets to Bogwatch, which consist of first class plus luggage.
Yep.
And
We have 12 tickets to Hammering Cross and 12 pieces of paper
Yes,
that
sorry.
stamped
oh,
on we can write
sorry,
on.
hammering cross. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I completely forgot. Jesus. Hammering cross first class plus luggage and 20 ticket blanks and.
And 12 pieces of paper? Or you can use the ticket blanks?
I suppose, right? Paper is fine. You can find. I mean, is there anything around me that looks like something more like a more official thing
They're
than
probably
just
like,
a paper?
Yeah, so like they're probably like letterhead. No, like letters that have like the letterhead on it for like whatever the train station organization is. So like you could write like a letter.
Okay.
But beyond that, like the ticket stubs is probably the only other thing really.
And wait. I suppose the tickets are numbered, pre-numbered.
Yep. Yeah, probably.
Okay. I'm gonna get a letterhead and a letter and a official envelope, whatever. That
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
I get it 1, and I'm gonna. Is there a stamp that's not like cut for the tickets? Is there a stamp that's like
Approved or something.
authoritative?
Probably,
Yeah.
Yes. Authorized, approved, something like that.
I'm just gonna pre-stamp the letter at the bottom where
Yeah, 'cause
where
what
it
you
would
probably
go.
see like in
Yeah.
kind of similar to like a like a dock on the sea, there probably would be some like docking charges for certain goods moving through, and like
Yeah.
get stamped as like approved forms. So you get like a stamp that's probably used for more that kind of thing. You just like stamp it on like the letterhead,
So
the blank
can
piece
write
of
it in
paper,
afterwards.
which you can obviously then write on top of it later.
in that case, I'm not.
What has been approved.
I don't even need the blanks. It's this letter stating the number reference, like when we write it. That's it. It's the perfect plan. It's gonna go so badly. So official blank letter from railway authorities. Stamped. That's what I have. I think good.
Great.
Everything
Charlie would
is
suggest they
fine.
leave the train station pretty swiftly and
Yes.
go back somewhere to talk about what the plan is.
Yes.
So yes, you guys start your way back to the Five Fellows after committing some sort of crime.
Is
Something
there
crime. It's the best kind.
like I don't want Brass to just do like an indiscriminate like scoop of his coins and leave them on the counter,
Amazing.
not really
Uh,
knowing what the amount is.
Sure.
Oh,
roll me a percentile dice.
Ooh, what is that?
So it'll be on there somewhere. It's like it shows like 2 dice next.
Oh
to it.
yeah.
100.
The funny,
Yeah.
the funny ones.
Roll that. It was gonna be what percentage of money you're leaving behind.
90.
No.
Okay, so Ryan, figure out how much money you've got, and you put 90% of that you're
90%.
leaving behind.
Oh my god, no.
Cool. Okay.
Can we stop him
That
or
seems a
something?
very brass
No.
move. Like, I'll just keep a little bit.
In the
Since
middle of
it is his money, this is why we have a party fund and individual funds, so people can do what they like with their money.
I'm
So
not.
Brass
Brass
can't
is
really
not a criminal.
Oh, bless. But you know, like in this case, Pebble doesn't see this as a crime
And
because
also, just so I know, Ryan, let me know how much money you're leaving behind.
116 cents.
Is that enough for one ticket in first class?
Yes.
true. That's fine. It's fine.
But anyway, so you do
Less
that.
remorse. It's
And then
alright.
you guys, run back to the Five Fellows.
There we go. So much money.
Great. Fantastic.
Oh, bless him.
Back to the Five Fellows. What are you doing next?
Okay, look, we have some options. Okay, I know we just did the tickets, but I think we need to think about this before we make a choice. So we
Yes.
can go on these tickets, go to Hammering Cross, and then hope that the train from Hammering Cross to Bogwatch, and hope that the paper and everything seems legitimate. If we can write it in a way that's saying we're accompanying Brask to his homeland, that could work.
I-
Um,
Okay, go on.
what is it?
So okay, if I remember correctly, Chad's dad now works with
The Messes.
the Messes, and
Yeah.
they know, like someone must know that the Messes are using that route for whatever they
Yes.
want. We can structure the letter as like suddenly imagine like Chad and his committee are just paying his dad a bit, like they are
His
working for
dad's
his
not
dad.
there. His dad's fucked off somewhere else. Like his dad's on a mission.
Even
somewhere.
better. I mean, Chad has a signet ring. We can have. If we
Oh.
want to try and blag our way to Bogwatch on the basis of Chad's name,
I think it's risky because if anyone who works for Messes sees that, they're gonna know that you are not currently friends with the Messes,
Yeah, that's right.
and,
That's a good
they tried
point.
to kidnap you. So if we go, Brask literally lives there. We're trying to go back to his home and accompany him home. Like that's a pretty innocent civilian reason to go.
Brask's
But there is
mom-
another option. There are supply trains.
Hmm.
We could try to get on a
Infiltrate.
supply train sneakily, but it is a bit more risky.
But you've seen that there's not been a supply train since you derailed it.
Yeah, also we're not sure when the next one is. Like there's lots of uncertainties there, so Tally doesn't think that's necessarily the best option. Just wanted to get it out. What do people think?
So essentially, but here's the thing: where the plan is like falls short, but the supply train is already put there. Like if it happens, we don't know when it's gonna happen, but if it happens, it's already gonna be there. It's all well and good that we make the most official looking letter with whichever excuse saying that we have to go to Bogwatch, but supposedly they would have arranged our arrival at whichever the other place is for there to be a train ready to go to Bogwatch, which is not gonna happen.
What?
So I don't know. It's not like we can get there saying like, yeah, we need to go to Bogwatch, but surely the network isn't prepared to carry passengers to.
Soldiers who go back and forth from there, right? Like it's not
Ah,
like
okay.
it's a military outpost, so there would be probably I mean, I'm speaking. Adam, please interrupt me if I'm wrong. Like a small number of trains that go to ferry, refresh the
Cool.
troops. And
In that case,
You roll me a history check to see what you know about Fort Erlington.
is Fort Erlington at Bogwatch?
It is one and the same. So Fort
Ah,
Arlington is his real name, but everyone colloquially calls
Ah.
it Bogwatch.
Okay.
For reasons you might discover in a second if you roll decent.
oh meow meow. I
think it's
hear a
right.
meow meow.
7, probably not.
Seven's probably enough to get some of the rumors, not the specifics, but yes, you know that Fort Arlington is the actual name for it, official name for it. So any record in these books would say, well, it kind of probably interchanges depending on who's writing it. Like you can see, like when it's been printed and stamped, it's Fort Arlington. Anyone who writes by hand probably writes Bogwatch. What you know about it is it's mostly considered a punishment to be sent to Bogwatch because it is the fortress that sits on the edge of the Pridmore and was historically used to protect against the Draken living there. Although the Draken aren't really a sort of antagonistic force anymore. So now it's just somewhere they send people there to maintain a sort of novel guard there.
Yeah.
But more than anything, it's if someone does something a little bit shifty and people don't like you, you get shipped off to Bogwatch.
Yeah.
So imagine the type of people that we're gonna encounter there, huh?
But obviously, you know that the Messers are somehow involved, and the Messers are they're not from Bratton, they're not a nationalistic military arm, they are, a foreign spy organization, essentially, so you're not quite sure how the interlocking between those two is happening.
Cool.
But the point being, yes, there would be supplies sent, although you wouldn't be surprised because, again, the sort of punishing nature of Bogwatch, if supplies maybe are a little bit haphazard or far and few between, just to kind of really drive home the sort of unpleasantness of being there.
I don't want us to get to Hammering Cross and then that's quite a long distance to walk. I think that could take easily in
Let's
itself.
have a
How
look.
many days? Like
Let's
2
have
or
a
3
look.
days one way.
Let's have a
So
look.
from Hammering Cross to Bogwatch, it is how many things? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Each one is 6 miles, and you can travel. You can go 24 miles a day. And what did I
Oh.
say that was 10 times 6.
Is that in?
2.5 days. 2.5 days on foot.
I mean, it's not
Hammering
that
Cross to
bad,
Bogwatch.
but yeah.
Is that traveling 12 hours a day, or is that including
8
rest?
hours a day.
8 hours a
Traveling
day.
8 hours a day. Because if you push beyond that, you start to get exhausted.
Okay.
But obviously, if you've got like a horse and cart, speed is
But can we get
increased.
those? Can we get those from Hammering Cross? So possibly not, because it's a smaller town.
It's a town. You probably could get. You can
Okay.
get a horse and cart. I'll just put that out there. Nice and easy.
So we could just go to Hammering Cross and get a horse and cart, and actually go not on the train line, but to go a slightly different way around to try and avoid getting detected. We could use the first class tickets from here to Hamstring. Hamstring.
I like that.
Which would be, fine, and then get a horse and cart and go.
Nice.
Also, just for the sake of adding to the conversation, the train is an order of magnitude faster to the point where what would take you a day on foot takes you 1 hour on train.
Oh wow,
Yes.
that's very nice.
How much does the horse and cart speed up things by for
It doubles it, so it would be instead of 2.5 days, it would be 1 and
a bit?
And a
bit.
quarter.
But then we'd have to like leave the horse somewhere and have to deal with looking
Oh.
after the horse and everything.
Yeah.
Remember what happened last time we had a horse?
Also,
With
bear in
them.
mind when you
Or
hire
mules.
horses and stuff like that, you can also hire a driver. So you could also potentially like hire someone to drive you to Bogwatch and leave you there or nearby.
Cool.
Yeah, I think. Well, first of all, we should get to Hammering Cross, and maybe make a decision on the way there or once we're there. But I think we probably should try and blag our way onto one of those Bogwatch trains. It
Even
could
though
be a
it might-
lot
it might-
faster.
It would be, but they might get pre-alerted. If the station is
Just-
in the pockets of the messes, and then they know that we're going, they might just tell the messes, and then they'll
How
know.
We can wear disguises.
how much damage would we take if we jump out of a moving train a little bit earlier before the station?
You have no idea, Pebble.
Obviously, yeah, I understand.
We can take over the train.
That makes a lot of sense, Adam. Yeah. Yeah.
Like you don't know if
Yeah,
it
of
would be
course,
a
yeah.
graze on the knee or deadly. You have literally no
Yeah.
context.
I agree. I agree.
We also don't even know if there's going to be a supply train going from Hammering to Bogwatch in any of the next few days. So, but either way, either we get the train or we get a cart.
Mhm.
We can do both of those from Hammering.
So as we travel, we can figure out what to put in the letter if we wanna fill up the letter or whatever.
We can do it when we get there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So do we want
Nice.
to just? Do you want to go now?
I think the sooner the better.
Yeah.
Neat.
Okay. Is there any other business you want to wrap up in the city before you start to organise your?
We'd need to organise to get the rest of the misfits, wouldn't we?
Yeah, you would. But like, we can sort of jump over stuff like that. Is there anything else you want to do? Like, getting them is easy. You just go and talk to them, and you get them moving.
There was stuff, but I think we were doing it after we go to Pridmore. Because there was meeting up with Chad's friend. I say
Yeah,
friend.
you want to try and track down Chad's friends? That's probably later.
Oh, what
You
was
got
that?
the swords? That's coming later.
What's the thing with Chad's friends? I forgot that.
Chad's friend who got him turned into a vampire. Want to go have a little chat
Yeah, a little chat.
with Toby.
Mm-hmm.
Bias.
Might
Yeah,
be fun
but
to do that once we've got fancy swords and maybe
That'd be
Very,
cool.
got a lot
very
of
potentially.
Yeah.
political power.
That'd be very good. Also, we don't know, for all that matter, we don't know where Toby is. Yeah.
We probably
know
do
if
want
he's
to buy
left.
like stuff for the journey, but we could do that outside of the stream.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, we can do it like home
Neat.
between streams. So
And Chad will write a response letter, but I can do that outside. If I could write
Yeah.
that outside the stream, that'd be good.
yeah, you're more than welcome to do that.
I don't think there was really. I mean, I haven't got it prepared, so I was gonna try and do a find object thing, but I can't because I don't have the spell. I'm leaving today, so.
Okie dokie. So you spend a bit of time, writing letters, grabbing any like resources you need, which again, we can figure out between sessions. Then someone or whatever, you communicate to the Squad of Misfits somehow that to meet with you at the train station, that you have secured transportation for them to at least Hammering Cross. You meet up with them outside the train station. You can see, obviously, you see Raz and Gable, who's been kind of hanging out with you guys anyway. You can see they're geared up with backpacks, ready to travel, which they didn't have before. Hesperia is there as well. He's got the usual kind of dour expression. And then there's Baron. You can see Baron. He does have the spear with him, but it is very notably like on his back, kind of lodged into his backpack. And you see that he's now also carrying a sword, which he didn't have
Good.
I was going to make a comment like, yeah, always good to see someone with switching it up and going back to the old classics of the sword.
Yeah, you can see that
Great
Baron's
stuff.
was kind of like trailing at the back of the group, and he's like, yes, of course. Got to keep sharp on the old sword skills as well. Like, can't be too reliant on the old Genesis relic.
Yeah.
I will thank like Hesperia for bringing and also like it's good to see you, Baron. Just trying to like
Yeah.
Yeah.
good job.
It's good to see all of you.
He kind of meets your gaze, like, yes, you too, Charlie, and then sort of shuffles on up to the platform.
People are gonna be scandaled by, Hespia and by Brask inside the train. Fuck. Wouldn't it?
Oh, we have Spud, remember? You have Spud with you, remember?
Obviously. I have him like this. Very nice.
But seems very happy. He seems very excited about the idea of a train.
Adventure.
Yeah.
Why was I bringing Spud with me?
Because
Poor
he's
dog.
he's the spirit of human curiosity.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Because humans are less curious
Right.
now. He's a pug and he used to be a wolf. So you think bringing him to the outdoorsy place might be good for him, but also you need to make sure he doesn't die. So he's your responsibility, Pebble. So if
Sorry.
he dies, make sure he
I like
doesn't
to
do
think.
that.
I like to imagine that was in character.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
because
Pebble is a little bit like,
and you gotta look after him. Okay?
Wow.
He's trusting you, and you have to be the grown up.
yes.
While this is happening, at the same time, someone's like, you don't have to look after me. I'm a wolf. I can sort myself out. Just let me in. I'll get him.
Okay.
You are cradling him like a baby as he says this.
I think soon might be like time for a reality check spot, but it's fine. I mean, we'll sort that out.
What do you mean?
Never mind. Just be happy for now. I suppose humanity's curiosity is good if it's happy. Yeah.
Yeah. So you arrive at the train station. It's kind of like getting towards the end of the sort of late afternoon, early evening, when the train. You can hear it on the horizon there. On the horizon, you can see pulling into
Whoop whoop.
into the station, kind of weaving its way through obviously the building of Low Bank. Approaching on the horizon is this train.
Nice.
How does Brass feel about the train, out of interest?
I mean,
Pretty
he's
sure
seen one
I'm pretty
before.
sure- Yeah, I think you tried to attack it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now I'm not like a fan of it, but I understand its purpose.
Fair enough.
So maybe like as it like passes on the platform, I'll probably like snarl at it a bit.
Yeah, okay. Snarl, you see
Sure.
this thing roll into station. This just gouts of like smoke. It's very interesting for you, Brass, because to a certain degree, there is something like dragon-like about this. It is a large, imposing thing. It's very
Oh.
powerful. It growls and roars, and it gouts fire and smoke from it as it rolls into the station. Like there's sort of like a trepidation about this, but also maybe a little bit of a respect for it.
Hmm.
But that's the growl. The growl is a bit more like,
Hmm.
"You're not the boss of me."
Nice.
I worship real dragons. Fuck you.
Exactly. Yeah.
Pretender.
I'm tougher than you piece of
Um,
metal.
yeah, the train rolls in the station. You can see there are like a few other passengers on the platform around, and a lot of them are giving like weird side eyes towards both Brass and Hespia. It's like, oh, what's a dragon on the train? It's like, there's a harpy? I don't think I've ever seen a harpy around here before. Like, lots of murmuring.
Talia is wearing their cloak, and her hood is up.
Yes.
She's not like, but just a little like, and I'm not draw too much.
Eventually the train just comes to roll to a stop.
Pebble is excited by the movement, and so is Spud, I think. We are like, wow! Fast
You
travel!
can see like along this long like train platform seems to be like two carriages for each class, and you can see at the front there's this kind of like beautiful like kind of burgundy red painted carriage with like gold like trim around the windows and doors, and then next to that there's kind of this green one that has a sort of silver like banding around the windows, and at the very end there is a black one that is just painted all black. And on them, first class, second class, commoner class.
Oh, right. I see.
as you
Gryffindor
can
is
see,
first
like-
class, yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, and on each class there is the door opens up like a little step ladder is kind of put out, and there is what seems to be some sort of train guard waiting by each door to kind of check tickets as people go on. I imagine you'll make a move towards first class.
Oh, right, I
carriages.
thought we were inside already and we were about to come out.
Nope.
Whatever.
No, you'll be
I
on
was
the
like,
platform,
wow, that
so
was fast. Yeah.
You're now, making your way, and you can see like loads of people on the platform. Like a few of them in low bank, you don't get too many, but there may be like a few people going towards second class, and I do sort of see you make your way to first class. I'm like, they must be confused.
I have a question.
Yes.
But we also didn't get return tickets, so jokes on us.
Ah, I forgot.
It was. I mean, it's probably. But basically, I was wondering if there was the equivalent of like a month. You know, like you can get like tickets returned within.
Uh-huh.
It's fine. We can't go back.
You, from the impression the guy got, you don't get the impression they do return tickets. It is single tickets.
But we could get.
We
We could
could
have
have
taken
printed,
double
yeah.
and then taken.
Yeah, you could obviously print some yourself. We'd have to either, like the stamp you got from the using station is locked in to say low bank 2 location.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
You
okay.
cannot buy a return ticket. You have to buy that from the station.
Oh,
you go to.
interesting. Okay, never mind then. It wouldn't have worked anymore.
I could have taken the blanks though, at least, and then tried to counterfeit. Yeah,
Do the same thing on the other
Eh.
side.
yeah.
But
We look sorely out of
you're doing
place.
if you're doing that, you might as well take their blanks.
Yeah.
So you make your way, the big ragtag ramshackle group that you are, towards the first class carriage. And actually, to be fair, in low bank, what probably happens is that they probably don't even open the doors for first class. Like the second class is opened, the commoner class is opened, the doors to first class stay closed.
Where do we need to? It's like a button.
It's not a button, it's a door that's closed. But you can see, like, a little bit further up the platform, the guard who's standing by the second class
It's
door
like-
looks at you like,
Bamboozled.
yeah, a little bit confused, like, trying to get on the train! One of these two carriages.
No. I don't think
But
so.
we can get on and move up. You can get like you can travel between carriages, right? You can. Or
You
is that
assume so,
not?
yes.
I mean, well, I can go. I mean, we can go to the guy and then show him the ticket, and they will understand.
This is where we fucked up, friends.
No, I don't think so.
Let's see.
So, who presents the ticket to this guard?
Absolutely, Pebble will. Pebble is
Okay.
smug about it.
Yeah.
No one knows why, not even him. But it's like,
Yeah.
haha, you have to open another door. I mean, Pebble's
Yeah.
not saying
So
that.
you hand up this ticket, which obviously is, as you've done it by yourself, a first class ticket, and he takes it and he's like, huh? And he gets like a punch out to kind of like punch it, and he looks at it and goes, and there's this sort of very confused look on his face. I see the rest of your tickets.
We just like trains. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we
People
show.
off them up. He starts taking more tickets. And you can see he just looks just very confused as he's holding all these things. Pebble, I would like you to roll me a deception check.
Well, for
Retroactive.
what? This is
For your
legitimate.
forgery attempt.
Oh, yes, I'm very
You
professional.
can
Well,
go- yes, you can have guidance in.
okay, so
Just tap
This
on the
is-
shoulder and be like, the worker was in a lot of a rush.
oh no.
Yeah.
Okay, let's roll. Great. It's a 15 total. I don't know.
15 total. You see, he takes out these tickets and he's holding like all 12 of them. And it's this kind of point of like, again, the station you're on, they didn't even open the doors, and here are 12 first class tickets. He looks up at you, looks at the tickets. I'm not paid enough for this, and just stamps all of them and goes, right, here you go. You have to go through the carriages though, so follow me, and you all get on.
Sure. Thank
He
you.
got a 14 on his
Ooh, wee.
insight check. You got away with it by 1.
Thanks to Tally's guidance.
Yeah. So you are all brought onto the train. The second class seating you can see is like kind of rows of like booths of seats,
Mhm.
and you can see again kind of sparse. There's not a lot of people on this train in particular. It doesn't seem like that many people travel north up towards like Hammering Cross. But you are quickly sort of escorted through the carriage and through like almost like a small tunnel, and you can see the door opens into the exposed air, and this guard then unlocks the first class, and you are shifted across to first class. It is awkward for people like Chad and Baron who have weapons moving through a train, because it is like kind of like really awkwardly kind of like twisting to make sure like your shield and spears and stuff like that don't get, and you Tyler your glaive.
Like when I gave it a good up though, it's okay.
Yes, but there's actually like it's
Yeah, I
almost longer
know.
than you kind of have to like duck at some point going
Yeah.
through. It is somewhat comical. And you can see the guard sometimes have to stop and wait for you, and we just like he looks utterly bamboozled by all of this. Like, who are these
I love
clowns?
this.
How do they have enough money for this?
Yes.
And you're brought into the first class section, which, unlike the second class, is not a bunch of booths, but a bunch of rooms.
Of course.
And he just
Ooh.
takes you to like the first available room and just like opens it up, and there's this open section where they have these two like lush like seats, table section. Because of the nature of your tickets, you can get two different rooms, so one almost for one small and mighty, one for a squad of misfits.
Hmm.
And he's like, "Would you like me to take your luggage?"
Ask's gonna hold up his
These.
buzzing little pouch.
Are we in trouble? I
the
mean,
guy grabs it like, "Oh, just yeah. Anything else?"
I'll deal with it myself. Don't worry. You've gone through enough trouble.
Okay, I'll put
We're good,
these
thank you.
in the luggage hold. Enjoy your ride, journey. Like, this guy just doesn't know what to do with you, and then just walks
It
away
is a
with his
journey,
bees.
isn't it? Yeah. Good.
Yeah, you sit there for a bit longer. Eventually, you hear a whistle, and then there is a roll as the train
Ooh.
lurches forward, and then you watch through the window as just sliding by, you see Lowbank just moving along, chugging at first, but then quickly starting to shift by as you watch buildings move through the windows. It's kind of a weird feeling for a lot of you because obviously you've been on a horse and the carts, but this is faster than you've ever moved before.
Nice.
There is a sort of like giddiness looking out the window. Like some of you might even have to turn away your eyes a little bit. 'cause
Oh,
it
he's,
is
like,
just kind of,
rigid.
yes,
She's just like
racing by.
so tense.
Fellows enjoying it. He doesn't know how or
Whopping.
why, but yeah.
Whopping like
Can-
3 miles an hour. But anyway, yep.
Uh,
No, 24
we're gonna
miles an hour.
roll maybe a medicine check. I want to see if Brass gets travel sick.
Yes, no, it's a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving throw. Oh yeah. He
Meow.
got a 6.
Got 6, yeah. You actually make that same yelp noise, surprisingly.
Oh,
And you
dear.
watch as Brask, who's obviously a green scaled dragon, turn a bit greener.
Oh,
Ah.
wow. That's impossible.
This is fine.
And look thoroughly unwell.
Oh, dear.
And yeah. You watch as very quickly, racing by through the window, you see the city of Dalbridge suddenly just stop. And there is just
Nice.
open rolling countryside as you are now out of the city
Very good.
and just chugging your way through the rolling green shires of Bratton.
Chugging along. Sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna chug through the rolling green.
And as we leave the city, we see the nuclear bomb fall out of the sky
No.
and destroy everything behind us.
That'd be interesting.
But after sort of 20 minutes, half an hour as you leave the city, there is a gentle knock on the sort of booth you're in. And you see that same train guard, looking as awkward as like unpracticed in doing this. This clearly isn't something that happens a lot on this particular journey, but comes in holding a bucket full of ice, and there is a bottle of wine or champagne or something, and some glasses. Like, part of your first class experience. Here you go, and sort of puts it down on the table in front of you,
Okay.
and sort of puts out wine glasses for you all.
Wait, what is this?
This is wine. It's part of you.
Chad's gonna speak up at that point. He's gonna, excuse me. It's just that standard, isn't it? That's we'll go. Don't worry, Charlie. It's yeah,
Well,
it's just
no,
part
no,
of the
I mean-
service.
Not normally, but you paid extra for this. Like it describes all your tickets like this. You paid extra for this.
Yes, it was part of the service that we paid extra for.
Definitely
Yes.
paid extra for this. Yes.
Like this guy, like there's this weird thing because like how incredulous this whole event is. Like you're getting away with things you shouldn't, not because you're like really well disguising your lies, because this guy is not used to you dealing with like.
Yeah.
Okay, these guys are weird. So anyway, enjoy. Okay, and he just quickly like, if you need anything else, there's and there's like a string that runs across the room. Like, just pull that, it'll ring a bell, and myself and one of the other train guards will be along to help. We should be arriving in Hammering Cross probably in the next 2 hours. So,
Okay.
and he sort of just awkwardly bows and then just walks away.
Good. Yeah. That's nice.
There's a bottle of some sort of drink, wine it seems, in a bucket of ice, which is fancy as fuck, and some wine glasses.
Nice.
Does anyone partake in the wine?
Oh, but yeah, Chad's straight in there.
Okay, so
I
Chad
mean-
just pops it open, pours a glass. It is a nice, like, crisp white wine.
Chad's gonna, before anyone else has poured anything, he's gonna hold the glass up just for a toast.
Oh yeah, it's a glass. I can see it. Pebble doesn't know. No, Pebble does know. Coming from Tumbling County, where wine is made, right? We established this.
Yes,
Pebble,
wine made in Tumbling County.
Pebble also, joins.
Yeah,
Definitely.
you have some wine as well.
Yeah.
I think in my head, like, probably like a lot of red wine comes out of Tumbling County, whereas like white wine is pretty more
okay.
of a Riverdanian thing.
Okay.
So like this is like it's wine, which you are used to, but it's like it has that kind of crisp sharpness to it that
Yeah,
white wine does.
Very different. Yeah.
Like you were expecting that kind of like rich, full-bodied sweetness of red wine, and like as you take a sip, you're like, oh, nah.
Is this like? Shouldn't it be like? I would. Part of me would question if it's like red wine that's gone terribly off or terribly wrong.
Yeah, like is this normal? Like
Yeah.
like oh these haven't gone ripe yet, or yeah, it's something like your brain is trying to find out what's wrong with this.
But I don't
yeah.
dislike it. I just find it weird.
Tali, Brask, Christina,
I don't
anyone
know.
else?
Tali's. I feel like Tali's just never drunk because he lives in a
True.
church.
I love to see Tali
Communion.
tipsy Tali.
Yeah,
It's
but that's
so
is that
fun.
is that a thing? Is that a thing in the Abbey?
It's true.
Do we do like?
Oh,
do they
wow.
drink wine like Catholics drink wine?
Can be if you want to be. You decide.
To be honest, wine drinking in the Catholic, well, it's. I think it's. I don't know. You decide. I really want to see Tipsy Tali.
But she's not gonna get tipsy from like the tiniest bit
Yeah,
of
I
wine.
know.
She wouldn't have a glass. She would have like the tiniest little bit.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, okay.
Because we have to go save some like people. They're
But
getting
this
drunk.
gives you wine gives you the courage, that you need. Like Pebble is like obviously very incultured and like he doesn't understand drunkenness as a concept because people would like just casually drink it. Don't you want to try it? Try a little bit. Pebble's
She
a
will
bad
try a
influence.
little bit, very awkwardly.
Okay.
And I don't
It
know.
is
I don't
this
know. Am I
very
yeah.
sharp taste. It's a cold drink and it's kind of pleasant at first, and then it hits your taste buds and it's just this sharp tang that's probably nothing like Tali's ever had.
Yep.
Yeah, you can decide whether you like it or not, but whereas imagine Chad is just like.
Oh, this is the good stuff. This
Yeah.
is.
We have to do something. We can't just.
I'm gonna go. Like Christina, doesn't your family like have like, wine? Isn't wine a thing?
Yeah, it would be
in
one
the,
thing where
in the shore.
Christina's from. So safe to assume Christina's partakes as well.
Well, I think she would have gone towards the wine bottle, but then Dad goes for it, and then she retreats. Like
Sure.
no.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So
Oh,
never mind.
Can
I'm not
have
gonna
this
drink
one.
with you. What about Brask? Does Brask shy away from wine?
Brask picks some up, as he goes to sip it, he gets the smell of it, and he's not feeling great anyway, so he doesn't bother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carly's like,
Too
"Look,
travel sick.
is this you like this? This is like a social thing that people do.
Honestly, the one that we do in Tumbling County, I think is better.
Again,
But-
but you do. This is like a thing.
It's more, you know, it's not like fruit juice. It's different. I don't know. I'm okay with it.
Charlie, have you not partaken before
What do you mean? In what?
in
In this?
Phil is astonished at this point. Like, partake.
yeah,
normal.
this is gonna be one of those moments where Chad and Pebble are hopefully gonna sort of like see how it's like. Chad's gonna sort of look over at Pebble and be like, "This is
But I like.
Charlie's not had."
I like. The way I imagine it.
Carly grew up in a church.
Fair enough.
Carly had a job since she was born. Okay, so that's why.
I've had wine in church.
Yeah, but you don't work in the church. You go there and then you know, like I had a job.
The way I imagine it.
What?
Go on.
Go ahead, Pebble.
The way I imagine it from not like roleplay, like meta, is Pebble treats wine, particularly the red wine, as if it was like the afternoon tea. It's just like a costume that he's been
Oh yeah, probably.
accustomed to for, like, but it's a mundane thing. Like it's not. It doesn't define any status or anything. It's just
Yeah,
like you might as well have, as I told Tally, like a fruit juice, whatever. But this is
Yeah.
what we do. And Chad, when Tally asks Chad, like, oh, are you used to, like, this is a social thing, you actually don't like this, do you? And Chad would be like, well, it's actually for the refined palate, like something like
Oh,
that.
You can't understand.
Much
Like,
more.
what do we do? You just drink this and then you.
You drink this and you have a lovely time. You savor it and you pick out the different notes of the flavors. You talk about the business and politics and things.
Okay.
You tell
I
me,
guess
obviously,
we can
like
do
I mean,
that,
you guys not having oranges earlier in the week. I mean, that was one thing. Not having had,
Oh,
that's a very big callback, by the way.
no, I have the orange peel still in my pocket. I don't know
Hey,
why.
excellent.
It's marked in my inventory.
Okay, so Tali, so you get your wine glass, you pick it up like this, and stem down, you sort of
Okay.
have a
You appreciate.
you have a little appreciation.
Nah, Phil
Of it?
wouldn't be like that. Phil would be
Christina,
like,
can I pour you some?
Sniffs it.
Can I? No, I'm not gonna.
I'll pour myself some more then. That's fine. And you just you have a little
Cha-cha.
you make this last. You make it last. Red wine, you just neck. It's great. But, a bit of bubbly.
You can make red wine last. It's good as well. I make it
Yeah.
last for at least 2 minutes. No,
Yeah, no, of course. This is white. This is like sparkling white wine, isn't it? That we're
Yeah.
drinking here.
Take a
oh,
sparkling
yeah,
drink.
like some.
This is
Prosecco.
a sipping. This is a sipping wine. Yeah. The reds are the things
Okay,
you
I'm gonna
just-
try
you just
that,
knock-
actually,
You just
because-
knock back.
Maybe
Um,
maybe it tastes funny because I dunked a bit. Let's sip.
Ah.
And it gets to Pebble's nose. I like.
Yeah, you get.
Yeah,
that,
that's
like,
much
bubbly up
better.
into your nose.
That's much better, actually. Yeah.
But there is something about it, Pebble. Like now you're starting to kind of like how Chad described you. Like there is a sort of like, ooh, I feel a bit fancy having this bubbling wine. Like
Oh, I'm
on-
getting
I'm
lured.
I'm first class on a train drinking bubbling wine. Like
Pebble
oh,
is
what
deranged.
would my dad think of me now?
This is. Just to be clear, this type of wine is less about the wine itself. It's less about the taste and the sensations and the effects of the drinking of the wine. It's more. It's more about just the fact that you have it, and that you just sort of have it in your hand and sort of swig it and go about that. It's an accessory more than it is a thing that you would sort of like go out of your way to consume. It's what all nobles do with all their time, you know.
And Pablo says, yeah, and he slowly just puts the glass on the
He probably
table.
just looks
This is-
deeply
he's, like,
uncomfortable with this entire
thrown-
thing of like.
Yeah, he's thrown out by that description. Like, no, I really don't.
It's like a in church. It's like a ritual in church. You know, it's you have to think. You go through the motions.
But they
You go
help.
through the motions, and it has the associations with the status and with the faith and all those things. This is a. Yeah, there are some liquids, some alcohols that your beer that you would drink to, to get absolutely trolleyed. Red wine that you would drink when you want to get a bit more trolleyed, a bit faster and a bit more, flashier. This is, you wouldn't drink this to get you drink this for
It doesn't get you trolleyed.
the look.
It
Yeah.
gets you carriaged.
This is-
Sorry.
Yes, this is a status drink.
But
As
rituals
Chad's-
help people. It's kind of the whole point of.
I mean, this.
Chad, as you finish explaining this is not a drink to get you drunk, please roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it poisoned?
Hang on.
I have a lesser
God,
restoration,
where's
but
Yeah, and also
I
that's
could
fine.
make
Pebble,
him
I need
sober
you to
again.
roll as well, please.
Where am
I didn't
saving
drink as
throws?
much as
There you
Chad,
go.
but-
Constitution.
But you are smaller.
Yeah.
15.
Wait.
15, cool. Chad, as soon as you finish saying it's not a drink, you start getting people like drunk. You immediately start slurring your words a little bit.
It's really more of just about the way it looked to have it.
What did you roll, Pebble?
The dice stopped dangerously close to a 3, but then it went poop and went 19 plus 4, 23.
23, okay. You'll continue to hold your drink fine, Pebble. But Chad,
Mhm.
yeah, is starting to just like sway and kind of like the rocking of the train and just slurring his voice.
Pebble finds it funny. Talib doesn't. But it looks so.
It's really just looks. You couldn't get drunk off this, and it really just looks the part, and it's just sort of a nice thing to have.
Great.
As Chad finishes that sentence, his head hits the table.
Bonk. How
Oh,
weird.
15 on the Constitution. Oh, okay.
How weird.
Cool.
I
Uh,
thought
does
red
make
wine
that
was strong.
yeah. Tali and Brass, you have decent passive perceptions. You
Yes.
hear Chad's head hit the table, and then from the room beside you, where the squad of misfits are, you hit. Well, four times you hit what sounds like maybe their heads hitting the table as well.
What?
Mm,
Wait, is it poisoned? Like, I am.
Everyone's just very drunk.
But how? It's just white wine.
Is it?
Ooh, I'm very intrigued now. Pebble's gonna stop drinking.
Ritual cast detect poison and disease. 10
So-
minutes.
Okay, you start ritual casting detect poison disease.
Pebble has stopped drinking, just in case.
Just to check. I mean, technically it is poison.
It is, well, yeah.
Pebble, what is your armor class?
Why are you asking me that? 11.
11, cool. You hear the smashing of glass as whizzing just past your head is a bullet that was fired through the window from outside. Just past
Okay.
it. You hear it pass through a wall and back to the other room.
What?
And you
Grabbing
hear
people.
somewhere in the distance there.
I'm grabbing everybody and we're getting under the table.
I was gonna say, is there
To the
there's a
corridor.
table, right?
There's the table. Chad is currently laying on it. See you pull
Can
him under.
I mean, are we doing initiative rolls or like what's?
No, we're doing. We'll pick up here next time.
Oh,
Oh my god!
Oh man.
I'm so stoked.
that's exciting.
It's very
So,
And
so you're
seemingly
you're
Is the
dragon.
train moving, by the way?
Yeah.
very. Like
Okay.
whoever shot us was like a proper Max person.
You're dragging people under the table.
Yes, Tyler's
Right.
doing
So I don't just so I don't forget it. My intention is to lift the table and use it to cover the window.
Oh, that works
Okay.
too.
So
Okay.
both can kind of work for next time.
In fact, roll me a strength check. We'll just cover if that works now or not.
Where am I going? Strength.
Why you don't get drunk?
18.
18. This table is bolted to the floor, so it doesn't like sway around. But despite that, you kind of get your bulk under it, like your shoulder, and you
Wow.
and just lift it. Like you see the bolts like tearing out of the floor, and you just shoulder this up against the window, covering the window.
Can Chad can Chad kind of, as it's doing that, just go?
Yeah. Chad like
Off the
slides
door.
off the table and hits the floor.
Sure.
I'm guessing this happened before we did detect poison and disease.
Yes.
You're finished.
Yeah, you were starting to cast that spell when
I don't
the
think you
Dang it.
need to cast it anymore.
Oh
See-
dear.
Hmm.
Ruh-roh.
Amazing.
Oh
Yeah,
my
it's
god.
like
What a
train,
mystery.
guys.
Time for a
The
train
moral
jacket.
of the story is don't drink and ride a
Moral
train.
story is don't accept weird gifts you didn't pay for.
Yeah.
and request.
Well, I mean, but first class. I mean.
When in Rome, it poisoned as the Romans do.
Wait. So did the yes, very good. Did the bullet? Was the bullet fired from within the train or from outside? So
Outside.
outside. Oh right. So, yeah.
Why we're
Good.
covering
So
the window.
that's
Cover the
very.
window.
Oh yeah, of course. Sorry, I was.
So yeah, we will pick up with
Sniper.
whatever that is
Great.
next time. With Chad and
Very
seemingly
good.
the squad of misfits, perhaps unconscious.
Very nice.
Just
I love the idea of Chad missing two like big fights in a row.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. Verity, you obviously didn't use the inspiration token this session, so we'll maintain it for you next
we
session.
might need it next time.
But out of interest,
Yeah.
is anyone you would like honorarily had given it to? Would you
Oh,
pass it over?
Ryan, because I feel like
Hmm.
he's been coming out with a lot of quips, like fun character
That's very
moments
good.
with Brass.
Yeah,
Peak Brass.
Verity.
Like I had worms once, like.
Yes.
Great.
I had worms
yeah.
once, and then just terrifying a station worker. So.
Oh, it was perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, that was perfectly teed up. Like sending Brass to do that. I was like,
Yeah.
this is gonna be
Yes.
fun. This is gonna
Yeah.
be a fun couple minutes.
But if you hadn't done that, you wouldn't have got free tickets. So you know,
It's
Yay!
it
Everything
all worked
has a
out.
Also,
maybe.
Adam,
reason.
your NPC was great because he just like it got more like into himself, like yeah,
Yeah, just
there
That's
you
very,
go.
very cute. I
Great.
love it.
lean further and further back in my chair. But good, cool. So yeah, to everyone watching us, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed our game. If you did, you can obviously catch us back here again in 2 weeks' time. If you turn on notifications and follow us, you'll get a reminder when we go live. If you want to rewatch our last session, that is on YouTube now, and then this session will be on YouTube next weekend. You can also find us on Twitter at Smitey Games, where we'll tweet about when we go live. And that's been it, everyone. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye bye.
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 Bye 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 bye.